foe that the Broncos are going to have some trouble with?
Well, I guess I'll answer your question by turning it back on the Broncos to a certain degree. Offensively for the Broncos, has there been something through the first 5 weeks of the season that stuck out to you the way it has stuck out to me about an effective weapon or phase of the offense that's better than maybe we've seen it in recent years?
Yeah, definitely the running game for sure. J.K. Dobbins has been incredible, without a doubt. He's a top 5 back in the NFL. I agree with Zach Bye. I don't even want to think about where Denver would be if when he left town he hadn't come back, because he did the same thing as Ingram. He left without a deal, and we all panicked. And then he signed a deal. If this room was Harvey and Bidet and McLaughlin, they would not be nearly this good. So J.K. Dobbins is the best Broncos running back since either Javonte Williams in his rookie year or Phillip Lindsay when he played here 2018-2019.
You are correct. The Denver Broncos have the 4th best rushing attack in terms of yards per game in the NFL through 5 weeks. They are putting up 140.6 yards per game on the ground. The New York Jets have the 3rd best rushing offense in the NFL through 5 weeks at 144 yards per game.
Interesting. Is that because Justin Fields has had so many nice scrambles and the Broncos contained Jalen Hurts fairly well last week? Vance Joseph today, with kind of a wild quote, said he thinks Justin Fields is a better runner than Jalen Hurts. That got some attention over there in London. But is it strictly running, or is it because teams are falling asleep and Fields is rolling off 50-yard carries like he did against the Dolphins on that Monday Night Football game?
I think Justin Fields' mobility is certainly a part of it, but no, Will, to answer your question, I don't think that's the main reason. The engine that drives the New York Jets rushing attack is Breece Hall. Breece Hall, their starting running back, has 15 carries of 10 yards or more. That is the most in the NFL through 5 weeks, and it is so distant of a first-place finish that it's more than 5 greater than the second place.
Wow, that's interesting. And Breece Hall was a guy who had a lot of hype very early in his career. Had that touchdown run here in Denver that I think he ultimately got hurt.
He got hurt
on
after.
Yeah, in that game. But you can't argue with numbers. 15 carries of 10-plus yards, that's significant. I would point toward Malcolm Roach was full in practice today for Denver.
That's going to be big.
I think he's going to get activated off IR in the next 24 to 48 hours. They're going to put Ben Powers on IR. I think that's a very easy swap. They're still listing Powers on the injury report, so they haven't made that official. But yeah, put Powers on IR, give his 53-man spot to Roach, and hopefully he can help clog up the middle with John Franklin Myers and DJ Jones and those guys. But it's going to be a test for Alex Singleton. There's no doubt about it. And the Justin
Don't we go into every
world.
game saying that? Doesn't it feel like to a certain degree there's every game where we're like, oh, Justin, Alex Singleton's going to have to really be on a game today here.
He is, and he got burned by Saquon Barkley last week. Now, a lot of guys have gotten burned by Saquon Barkley.
He's a 2,000-yard rusher.
But I don't think we're going to be real thrilled if you're eating your bacon and eggs on Sunday morning and you're looking up and Breece Hall's going for 12 while Alex Singleton's got a face full of turf. That's not something Broncos country is going to want to see, but based on that number you just gave me, we may.
Yeah, the Jets lead the NFL with 21 carries overall of 10 yards or more, which is 3 more than the second best team thus far. And their 722 rushing yards as a team are the most for the Jets in 15 years. So they may be 0-5. They may not have the most solidified option at quarterback in Justin Fields. And the Aaron Glenn experience has certainly started off on a sour note, Will. But if there's one thing the Jets can do is run the damn ball. And that has proven to be something that if you're going to attack this Broncos defense, you probably have more success trying to do that than you do trying to throw at the reigning defensive player of the year and that secondary that Denver has invested so much capital in.
For sure. And if they do run the ball, that's going to eat up a lot of clock. And how does New York find a way to win this football game? They're going to want to win time of possession, just like the Bills did so embarrassingly in the playoffs last year. Had something like 42 minutes of possession time while Denver only had 18. I guarantee the Jets' game plan is we've got to control the clock, and we can do that on the ground with the football in our hands. So hopefully the Broncos can be effective on first, second down, get them in third and longs and make them pass it. And you know what's even better, Richie? Go up 21-3. Because they're not going to run the football with Breece Hall if they're down 21-3. They're going to have to chuck it all over the field.
No, and they probably won't run it with Justin Fields in that case either, who has 3 rushing touchdowns on the season. And yes, I would imagine the Sean Payton and company are thinking that because the passing offense for the Jets is 28th in the league out of 32 teams. So they aren't as able to throw themselves back into games and come from behind. But there is another thing that the New York Jets do well other than running the football, and it's something that I think the Broncos have relied upon heavily at times in recent years, and it's maybe contributed to an inflation statistically for them that was kind of a mirage or an aberration on the defensive side of the ball. The New York Jets do not turn the football over. They don't. And you might think with Justin Fields, and maybe that's a possibility, he's coughing it up, throwing interceptions. That's not the case. I have it here on a piece of paper in front of me, Will, that turnovers began being tracked as a statistic in the NFL in 1933. And no team ever recorded 0 turnovers through their first 5 games of a season until the New York Jets in this season.
But doesn't that mean the Jets' defense isn't creating turnovers? That the Jets' defense is anemic at taking the ball away from opponents?
Does it? Because to me, in reading it here, it shows that you're right. I might be reading that wrong. So I flip it. Let's flip it. The defense, Will Peterson, the defense is anemic at forcing turnovers. And the Broncos, who have struggled with that, Bo Nix has struggled with that maybe more statistically through this season, and especially the first 4 games of his previous season. So I think that's probably a plus for the Denver Broncos. The Jets, as you're right, as I'm digging deeper into it, 8 turnovers through 5 games.
Okay.
So let's get after that.
Because I was going to say, it would just shock me if the Jets haven't turned the ball over in our own 5.
Honestly, I didn't believe it when I first wrote it, and I just read it wrong.
Yeah.
That's why.
No, all good.
Yeah.
But I think what you're getting at here is the Broncos can't be the team that is gagging the ball.
Correct.
Because New York hasn't been able to create any turnovers thus far through 5 weeks. Bo Nix can't throw silly picks. We saw one against Indy that really hurt the Broncos. We saw his first fumble in forever against the Titans that hurt them, kept that game closer than it should have. And quite frankly, this Denver defense, yeah, they've made a lot of plays with sacks, Richie, and sacks are huge, don't get me wrong. But wouldn't it be nice to see 2-3 picks, something like that? Wouldn't it be nice to see Benito or Cooper in the backfield, strip sack, fumble? I mean, that's how you're going to make this game a laugher early. Score on defense. Do something like that. Set Bo Nix up in the red zone before he even touches the football. Bad teams can't create turnovers, and they like to put the ball on the ground, and the Jets do both of those things.
They do. And I think that if you were picking a handful of players defensively that could have some pretty significant games for the Denver Broncos, Nick Benito feels like an obvious choice. He's on a tear to start the first 5 weeks of a season. He leads the NFL in sacks with 7. But when you're looking at the New York Jets as a whole, and this gets into a little bit of Pro Football Focus and, you know, the nerds and analytics and all that, but if you're using the metric of pressure rate over expectation, right? So from an offensive perspective, how much are you facing pressure above and beyond what's going to be expected of you? The Jets are second with Justin Fields in that category. The only quarterback in offense that faces pressure on a more consistent basis above what the mean expectation is Joe Flacco, who's now bounced around already team to team in the first 5 weeks of an NFL season and is going to start for the Bengals this weekend. And almost all of that pressure comes from the right side of their offensive line. So JFM, who you mentioned, Jonathan Cooper could be in for a pretty significant day for Denver.
Oh, yeah. I absolutely think that this is a game that those guys are just salivating over because what you did to Hurts last week was really impressive. I thought Jalen Hurts was going to be the X factor, and he had some moments, don't get me wrong, but Jalen Hurts is a much better QB than Justin Fields. To me, Nick Benito's Defensive Player of the Year stock is going up, 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 up. If he leaves London with 2.5 sacks, a forced fumble, a scoop and score, something like that, we may wake up on Monday morning and Nick Benito may be the favorite for DPOY, Defensive Player of the Year. And there's some research out there. Only like 3 pairs of teammates in the last 40 years have gone back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year on the same football team. And Pat Surtain and Nick Benito have a real chance to do that. And these are the kind of games, fair or not, where you can pad the stats and you can propel yourself toward a, dare I say it, 20-sack type season because that's the pace that Nick Benito's currently on.
Yeah, you're floating with Strahan numbers at that point, which would just be crazy. But given the way that Nick Benito had his coming out party in 2024 and has kept that party rolling and maybe turned the music up even louder in 2025, I certainly don't think it's out of the question.
Let me ask you this. Is it fair to put Nick Benito and Von Miller in the same breath at this point?
No, I don't think so. Now, I think that stylistically, when you talk about get-off speed, Nick Benito's get-off speed is incredible. Von Miller's get-off speed was insane, and his bendability to be able to bend around the tackle and get to the quarterback was just something that you don't see really ever, and we haven't really seen here in Denver since then. Nick Benito's probably the closest thing that you could put in that category since Von Miller walked out of the door here, but I think I need to see it a little bit more before we're going to start putting those two names side by side.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you. Don't get me wrong. But he has the ability to wreck football games on defense like we haven't seen since Von Miller. He's got a ways to go. Von did it in a Super Bowl. I get it. But Nick Bonito, for the first time in a long time, is starting to creep into the 58 territory.
I made a promo, Will, of Zach Bye saying what you alluded to about J.K. Dobbins earlier, that he and you and I guess me and maybe many in Broncos country wouldn't want to imagine where this Broncos squad would be without J.K. Dobbins. Which begs the question, is J.K. Dobbins on his pretty reasonable small contract that he signed for this season in Denver, is it the best contract currently existing in Denver sports right now? We've got some candidates to challenge it, and we'll go through them coming up next.
Has the Broncos hype train picked up speed after the win in Philadelphia?
You got Sean Payton. You got freaking Bo Nix, guys. Get on board or get left behind. Those are the only two options. Get on board or get left behind.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What is going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And if you're looking for fine jewelry or a great timepiece, just like I was, why not shop where some of the world's leading designers are sold? Williams Jewelers helped me find my new Tudor watch, and they can do the exact same thing for you. And if it's not a watch, it's any type of jewelry you're looking for. Whatever you want, they will have. And they're going to treat you just like family the minute you step through those doors. They gave me the time I needed to make the right decision for myself. And looking at this gorgeous watch today, I made a great decision because of that. And starting from one little store in Inglewood, Williams Jewelers has grown into 2 locations and has become one of the largest fine jewelers in the country. So when you step foot into their showroom, you'll feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. They are dedicated and they work hard to make sure you're satisfied with your purchase. And not only will they share the secrets of the business with you, but they will give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, my hometown jeweler. Also the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers. Located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also on Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Brandon Stokel here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Do you need a new furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump? ROX Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th. New Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto-pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Marketing can feel overwhelming. Where to start? What works? What doesn't? That's where your marketing experts at DenverSports come in. Audio, video, online marketing, and we know how to cut through the noise so your customers finally hear your story. You don't have to waste time guessing or spinning your wheels. We'll guide you with a proven plan that turns your marketing into growth. Let us handle the hard part. You do the easy part. Head over to DenverSports.com and click Advertise with us and start growing your business today.
Need a plumber? Euro Plumbing has the lowest prices in town. Rock bottom prices on whole house repipes, sewer line repairs, even water heaters. 720-500-3000.
Denver Sports Snapshot
on 104.3 HD2. Divisional playoff baseball action continues as Philadelphia faces LA starting at 4. Tomorrow on The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams. CSU football faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6. Presented by Rocks Heating and Air on 104.3 HD3. DU Hockey skates with Air Force with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
J.K. Dobbins has almost single-handedly transformed the Denver Broncos rushing attack compared to the trio of sadness that we saw last season. Will Peterson with Javonte Williams, who apparently remembered how to play running back when he got to Dallas. Julian McLaughlin, who can't even make the active roster on game day right now, and Tyler Bidet and Audric Estime, who's not even on the team. Compared to that, what we're seeing with the Denver Broncos in 2025 from a rushing perspective, headed by J.K. Dobbins, is night and day.
Oh, it's been a huge change of pace and, quite frankly, refreshing as a Broncos fan. It's been so long since this team has effectively been able to run the football. And, again, J.K. Dobbins was out there. Anyone could have taken him for the better part of 3 months in free agency. They're very, very lucky he ended up a Denver Bronco.
I don't disagree. And where he sits now, J.K. Dobbins needs 2 rushing touchdowns, which could very easily, I shouldn't say very easily, could likely happen against the Jets in London this weekend. And if it does, he will tie for the 4th most rushing scores by a Bronco through the first 6 games of a season in franchise history.
And that's crazy when you think about the names that have come through here. Obviously, Terrell Davis first and foremost. Floyd Little, of course. But even when Mike Shanahan was clicking on all cylinders in the early 2000s, the Mike Andersons, Olandis Gary, Tatum Bell, Mike Bell, Quentin Griffin, it felt like every year he churned out a 1,000-yard rusher.
Remember how good Travis Henry could have been?
Yeah, he had some other issues going on.
Yeah, unfortunately so. But the question is now posed because of that lead in there with J.K. Dobbins and the success that the Broncos have with a top 5 rushing attack and potentially a significantly prominent season in franchise history from a rushing perspective. Is J.K. Dobbins the best bang for your buck professional athlete in Colorado sports right now? Let me give you a handful of other candidates just to set the scene here. Cale Makar, probably heard of him. He's making $9 million a year right now. He's not even a top 50 highest paid player in the NHL, nor is he a top 10 highest paid defenseman in the NHL. Bo Nix, potential franchise quarterback for the Broncos, making $4.6 million on his rookie deal. Bet you didn't think we were going to mention a Colorado Rocky in this conversation, but Hunter Goodman making $765,000 to produce 150 hits, 28 doubles, and 31 home runs in a season. A bad season.
Well, good season for Hunter, bad season for the Rockies.
Yeah, bad season for the Rockies. Will, is there anybody else that I didn't mention there that you might want to throw into the conversation here?
Yeah, so the candidates are Dobbins, McCarr, Bo Nix, Hunter Goodman. I'll give you another one, Christian Brown. I know he's going to be due for a big payday, and that's coming up, and there's a lot of questions about that. But the Denver Nuggets have paid Christian Brown about $9 million in his career thus far. He's a guy who was a huge piece for you off the bench in a championship run. He's been a starter for you more recently. He's due a little less than $5 million this year. We all know how crazy NBA contracts are. Christian Brown's going to get $20 to $25 million. So right now, bang for the buck. Yes, Cale Makar's great, and I'm glad that the Avalanche got him for what they did. But I think it's between J.K. Dobbins and Christian Brown at this moment in time for the best contract in Denver sports.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got a starting NBA player for $5 million a year. He was a part of a championship team, and he had a pretty significant, albeit coming off the bench, role in that playoff run to win their first title in franchise history. That's a really good one because you alluded to it, and it's the first thing that hit my mind when you said it. NBA money is insane.
It's silly.
I mean, you're talking about Connor McDavid making like 11th guy off the bench NBA money. And
Yeah,
he's
like
the
he
best
and
player in hockey.
Zeke Naji are making similar money.
Right. Somewhere Josh Dover just had a little shiver. You mentioned Zeke Naji. That's a really good one. I think J.K. Dobbins is a fantastic bang for your buck, but it's only 1 year and it's $2 million. But the floor that J.K. Dobbins had to elevate from to where he's gotten it now, where the Broncos threw a little more than a quarter pole of an NFL season are a top 5 rushing attack, is pretty significant, even if it doesn't beat out the likes of maybe a Christian Brown, because I agree with you. I think that's better.
Well, and the other thing is, does George Payton need to get an extension done? Because J.K. Dobbins on a 1-year deal, and he's going to cha-ching this offseason.
Yeah.
And people say, well, running backs don't cha-ching. Well, Derrick Henry did, Saquon Barkley did, Josh Jacobs did. Like, someone's going to pay J.K. Dobbins. If I'm the Broncos front office, I get him signed to an extension very soon, like before Thanksgiving.
That's interesting. So what you've seen thus far is enough to outweigh the pretty significant injury history and concern that has plagued J.K. Dobbins throughout the entirety of his career, and frankly has been the only thing that's really prevented him from being a premier NFL running back for the better part of the last half a decade. You've seen enough through 6 weeks to say, you know what, I'm not as concerned about that. Bo Lowry and his voodoo magic are doing their thing, and let's get this locked in for 3 more years.
Yeah, I'm not saying you go break the bank, but I think if you put a 2-year, $12 million extension in front of J.K. Dobbins right now that kicks in starting next year.
Right,
so
so
he's on the team the rest of this year and the following 2 seasons. I think he'd sign it. I think it would be great value for the Broncos, and I think George Payton should go ahead and get that done.
Well, I'll tell you what, I am not really, I guess I wouldn't be like upset if it didn't happen, but it's hard to argue with that logic because like you said, and Zach said in the promo that we're running, if J.K. Dobbins wasn't here and the spotlight and the burden to bear was fully on R.J. Harvey, which happens to rookie running backs a lot in the NFL, we would probably be looking at it differently, and I don't know that would necessarily be all R.J. Harvey's fault, because if you're telling me that we can get even 13, 14 games, even if he doesn't end up playing a full season, which he has struggled with thus far, of this J.K. Dobbins, I'm good with that for the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, extend J.K. I'll be his campaign manager. I'll be his agent. That's going to be my
Cecil
new
loves
kick.
to take credit for starting hashtag feed Phil. You can be hashtag extend J.K.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, coming up next, the Colorado Avalanche have a pretty big game tonight. Their home opener. Will Peterson, the host of the award-winning Mile High Hockey podcast, will of course be in the building and in attendance. And I want to ask a couple of questions about that game as it relates to a certain top 6 winger that maybe has a payday coming his way, and some familiar concerns that have popped up lingering from last season and whether or not they will continue to be a problem this season. All of that coming up next.
With Ben Powers expected to miss significant time, how should the Broncos fill the hole in their offensive line?
We paid him a lot of money, and we hope to develop somebody else that can fit in there. Palcho has been a guy that they've talked a lot about, but he's the swing tackle and the backup tight end, and maybe that's too valuable. I'd like to see him get a chance in there because I think he's a really good player. I think he could be a really, really good player for the Broncos.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard. Disappointing offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with Orchard. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale and helping you sell on the market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then once you're all settled in, your Orchard agent helps sell your home on market for top dollar. Here's what one Orchard customer said. I never could have sold without Orchard. I made way more than I expected, and it couldn't have been easier. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Hey guys, it's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they've got a great deal on windows, so take advantage before the snow starts falling. Order your windows in October, finance your project with them, and you won't pay anything until November of 2027. Be warm during the holidays. Don't wait to upgrade your home. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the cold weather arrives. Call 5280 Exteriors now and see how low your monthly payment can go. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
I do. Everyone does. But even the best deal in the market becomes high if rates fall in the future. So now what? Go through all the expense again? No. Just go to U.S. Mortgages and get our trademarked lowest rate for life product. It allows you to get your savings today and lock in at below market rates like our 4.75 5-year fixed that has a 5.89 APR.
Wait, 4.75% 5 years fixed?
Yes, and even if the market does improve further, great. We redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee, and there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. So stop waiting for rates to get better and wasting money. Lock in your savings now and know you're 100% protected with lowest rate for life. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com. Rate must be locked by 9/16.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
Denver fans, game day starts at Twin Peaks. Your hometown football HQ is giving away exclusive team jerseys every game day. Catch every Denver matchup, cheer loud, and you could score big. Just ask your Twin Peaks girl for the play-by-play. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
The Avs kicked off the 2025 NHL season with a bang out there in La La Land, taking down the Kings, who almost had as many jersey changes as the Avs had goals in the game. So appreciated that. Shout out Darcy Kemper. And their home opener tonight against the Utah Mammoth, who of course didn't steal a team name from a lacrosse team here in town. even though their jerseys and logo are pretty cool, even if I don't want to give them credit for it.
Yeah, but Utah Mammoth, that's still going to take a little getting used to, right? And I get it. We always do. The Seattle Kraken sounds normal at this point. The Vegas Golden Knights sounds normal at this point. But the Avalanche play the Utah Mammoth tonight. If I had told you that 5 years ago, you'd been like, what are you on? The Utah Mammoth?
It would look like one of those chat GPT things where it predicts like future champions for the next 50 years and it starts throwing in names of teams that don't exist. But they do exist. And they're coming to Ball Arena tonight to take on the Avalanche in Will. I think that if this was the season opener and the home opener simultaneously, I think it would have been, there have been more questions and things that we can kind of pontificate about and keep an eye on. But I got to be honest, with the appetizer, the initial impression that we got of the Avs in LA, I'm expecting the fireworks to continue.
Yeah, I think that's a fair expectation because, look, Nathan McKinnon came out and broke a record that Joe Sakic had held, and most points ever in an Avalanche sweater. You're passing Joe Sakic. You're passing the GOAT in Avalanche history. You're passing a guy on the Mount Rushmore of Colorado sports. That's a big, big deal. I understand Sakic's the franchise leader because he played 7 years in Quebec, but that's big. 2 assists. Cale Makar had an unbelievable move. Scott Wedgwood, brick wall in net. Marty Necas tickled the twine a couple times on a couple wristers that were clean. They beat Darcy Kemper clean. I think there was a ton to like, other than perhaps the power play, but they did make a coaching change there, and that's going to take a little bit of time.
Right,
but
because that was the problem.
You didn't really walk away from that game upset or anything. They were in control of it almost the whole time. There was definitely an incident at the end of the first period with the hit that Josh Manson laid out there that kind of
totally clean,
and it sparked their intensity and got them going. Gabriel Landeskog didn't play a ton in the third period. I think we're going to have to keep an eye on that. He was at morning skate today, which is good. I think Avalanche fans would have been panicking if he wasn't. He should be playing tonight. But, yeah, considering they started 0-4 last year, I know that feels like a long time ago, but don't forget, they came out of the gates really, really slow to get a win and hopefully another win tonight. Let's start thinking about being first place in the Central Division, being first place in the Western Conference, getting those playoff series at Ball Arena like it was the year they won the Stanley Cup. All 4 of those series started in Denver.
Well, you mentioned Marty Necas, who tickled the twine twice, got off to a hot start, and it's convenient for him that took place because Marty Necas is in a contract year, and that feeling of deja vu, that weird sense of vertigo that you might be feeling is because this is kind of a similar situation to what Mikko Rantanen went through last season before ultimately getting dealt to Dallas by way of Carolina. And I think that the threat or the potential for history to repeat itself with Marty Necas is going to be something that looms over this franchise until it doesn't. And while I think and remain confident that Chris McFarland has every intention and desire to get a deal done and will cough up the pennies to do so.
Heck of a lot of pennies.
It's a heck of a lot of pennies, and the longer that it lingers, when you see the likes of Kyle Connor in Winnipeg getting a contract extension for $12 million a year over 8 years. Jack Eichel gets an identical $12 million a year over the next 8 years. It does start to beg the question of, is Chris McFarland willing and ready to pay Marty Necas in the neighborhood of $12 million a year, which is something that he may be able to attain on the open market if he chooses to go that route. And it would conveniently be the same amount of money you could have paid Mikko Rantanen.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting if that's indeed the case because Marty Necas has been good for the Avalanche in the regular season. He was not good for them in the playoffs a year ago when Mikko, of all people, had the third period hat trick in Game 7. So is Avs GM Chris McFarland going to look a little silly if he ultimately has to give $12 million a year to Marty Necas when that's the exact same deal that Mikko signed in Dallas? I understand they did some other things. Brock Nelson's now here. Jack Drury's now here. I get all that, but the Avs won 3 lousy playoff games last year. 3. That's not the expectation for this team. It's mission 16W for a reason, and in the Marty Necas era, they haven't gotten it done. It's only been 1. I get it. But are you really going to throw that much money at this guy and then just keep your fingers crossed? Well, he's going to be better in April this year. We don't have the evidence of that. His rap in Carolina was the same. The lights got the brightest. He disappeared. I think they have to pay Marty Necas. I do. I'm getting a bad case of deja vu. I don't want to trade him. I don't want to let him walk. But I also would feel so much more comfortable if it's $9.5, $10 million because Cale Makar is due a mega extension this coming summer.
The law of diminishing returns would suggest that just like you brought in Marty Necas with the hope that he could replicate what you got from Mikko Rantanen, or at least a high enough percentage to justify the difference in pay, And you didn't get that as much as you thought you would in a limited sample size last season. Feels like you could get that this season, which is why I think rolling the dice again and saying, hey, well, why don't we just go get X player who can maybe give us close to what Natchez was getting for less money than we would have to pay Natchez. Eventually, you're going to chip away at that block to a point where you're just letting really good players walk out the building. And with Natchez specifically, I think that with an offseason to kind of gel and coalesce inside that unit on that top line with Nathan McKinnon, who, even though the broadcast disagreed against LA, is a playmaker, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just a weird slip of the tongue from John Buccigross. I think if you sat down with John Buccigross, he would tell you Nathan McKinnon was a playmaker. It was not his best choice of words.
I think they have to get it done. I think they will get it done. And I think that it won't cost Mikko Rantanen, Jack Eichel, or Connor type of money.
But hold on that. We don't know that. What if Marty Natchez is wired the exact same as Mikko Rantanen? You're going to pay me top premium dollar, and I'm going to find a way to get it one way or another.
And that may happen. And if it does take 12 or 12.5, right around that range that we just mentioned, over 8 years, which he can only sign with that term with the Avalanche pre-July 1st, then I'm okay with it. Because I actually think, and
$100 million to this guy, you're okay with.
I knew you were going to disagree with me on it, because people are going to say, if you pay, and I already heard James Marilat, I saw it on Twitter, if they pay Marty Natchez what they paid Mikko Rantanen, it's a farce, it's a joke, it's a laughingstock, it's a this. And I disagree, because if you paid Mikko Rantanen that, yes, you would have had a perennial 100-point scorer, your top line and your core would have been as intact as it was at the start of the 2024
A top 10
season.
player in franchise history would still be here.
Yep, 100%. But you wouldn't have had any of the depth or any of the other pieces that you brought in, which did make a difference in the short term in 2025. I know it didn't translate to a Stanley Cup.
No, it didn't. They won 3 playoff games. It didn't make a lick of difference.
Do they have a second
line? They
line?
had one of their most disappointing exits in franchise history.
Do they have a second line center?
They
Nelson?
think, but also
do they have a better second line center than they had last time with Middlestat?
I was told Ryan Johansson was the answer at second line center.
We've been told a lot of people have been the answer post-Kadri, and they've all been wrong.
Correct.
Is Brock Nelson better than Casey Middlestat?
I think so.
Okay.
But he also didn't light the world on fire when he came back from the Islanders.
You also got Jack Drury, who was a fourth-line center for you, now a third-line center. And
if you can get rid of Mikko Rantanen for a fourth-line center, how great is that?
You got Charlie Coyle, who you don't
Who's
have
not
anymore,
here.
but you shipped him out with Miles Wood to bring in a guy like Gavin Brindley, and you got rid of a bad contract in the process.
I'm going to go buy my Brindley jersey tonight.
The Avs are a better team top to bottom than they were with just Mikko alone, and that wouldn't have happened. You'd be trying to do that this past offseason, what you did in the season before, and you're not scrambling at that point. You're going into it with a lead in.
Well, Mikko's got a ring that would suggest otherwise, but we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. There's still time. That's the good news.
Yep.
Mikko won round 1, but that was just round 1. We got a 9-round bout coming out over the next decade with this contract he signed in Dallas.
All right. Well, coming up next, there was a poll put out asking if Bo Nix is currently considered a franchise quarterback, or if we're still needing to see a little bit more and we're still working toward that label just a year and change into his NFL career. And you are going to be stunned by the results, I promise. That's next.
Do the issues for the Buffs this season begin on the sideline?
I do not think it's a good look for Deion Sanders to continue to say we have more talent than our opponent and we're losing. Because me, just as a football fan, when you say that and you go to that well, I just start thinking of coaching.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
The Fed has finally dropped interest rates, and that's great news for American homeowners. Wages are flat, prices keep climbing, and for many, the only way to make ends meet is to lean on credit cards. If you're a homeowner, I want you to call my friends at American Financing. Right now, interest rates have dropped. Many homeowners are seeing options in the low 5s. Compare that to credit cards charging rates in the 20s or higher. American Financing can help you pay off that expensive debt, free up your cash flow, and keep your budget under control. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are saving customers an average of $800 a month. And if you get started today, you may be able to delay your next mortgage payment. Call American Financing today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.327% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
They say there's no such thing as a free lunch. But not true, I say. Hey, everybody, Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040, and I'm here to tell you about the best, absolute best free meal in all of Denver. Times are tight right now. You go to the grocery store, things are insane. So we all could use a little bit of help. No questions asked. Anybody that needs it can come by every first and third Thursday. Here's how it works. You pull up, you pop your trunk. They put free groceries for the week in your trunk, and they say, how many hot meals do you need? We pass those to you right through your window, and this is good stuff. This is not soup kitchen stuff. I smoke these meats personally. Delicious pulled pork. I got my special secret Chipotle chicken recipe. It is fantastic. Please help us spread the word. Anybody that needs it, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road every first and third Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me personally. It's Dan Jacobs at 303 Law 4040.
Planning out your holiday pictures? Let's move you to the front because it's Soda Weight Loss. You could drop the belly fat and gain your confidence back, just like Ramon.
I used to dread those pictures. I'd position myself behind someone taller or make sure I was holding a plate so nobody focused on my belly. But that was before soda. Soda gave me more than a smaller waistline. It gave me back the confidence to wear what I want. And they make it simple. No injections, no hunger, just a plan that worked.
Soda Weight Loss is built for busy people like you.
I lost 82 pounds in just 16 weeks. No hunger, no drugs, just steady, real-life progress with the nutritionist who helps you every step of the way.
That's why Soda has nearly 9,000 Google reviews. And right now, the most popular offer of the season is back. Join today, and your partner joins free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
This message is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. As a credit union dedicated to serving all veterans, active duty, and their families, we know that during the holiday season, every little bit counts. That's why for a limited time, you could earn a $250 cash bonus when you spend $2,500 on the Cash Rewards and Cash Rewards Plus cards in the first 90 days. Give joy, get joy. Join now at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Cashback terms and conditions apply. Visit NavyFederal.org/cash rewards for details. Offer ends 1/1/26.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. The year's biggest watch event is here. The annual watch fair at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company, is happening Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center. Discover the latest creations from the world's finest watchmakers. Explore the year's most talked about timepieces up close with hands-on access, brand representatives, and expert insights. Be among the first to explore cutting-edge designs, rare limited editions, and one-of-a-kind vintage timepieces. Plus, enjoy special 12-month financing, subject to credit approval. See store for details. Do not miss the ultimate watch experience at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company. Make your appointment today at the1916company.com for the annual watch fair happening Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
On 104.3 HD2, divisional playoff baseball action continues as Philadelphia faces LA starting at 4. Tomorrow on The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6. Presented by Rocks Heating and Air. On 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Air Force with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WesteraCU.com.
Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Holy smokes, that first hour flew.
Woo! Man, we were just going on and on. We were in a zone.
Felt like a blur. It just felt like a total blur. Oh my gosh. Appreciate Richie and Will Peterson pinch hitting for us. We I don't know if they said it or not, but as fate would have it, it's so strange how this ended up being the way that it is.
It was meant to be, Zach.
How many Dante, can you do me a quick Google search? How many elementary schools are there in the state of Colorado? And see if there's a number that pops up. Because there's got to be 1,000. There's got to be like maybe 1,000 is too much, but like 500, I would say, elementary schools, 300, something like that. You seeing something, DG?
I'm gonna say like 600. I think
it says
there's a lot.
Denver Public Schools has 73 elementary schools,
and that's just DPS.
That's Denver Public Schools.
Yeah. Okay. So I would venture. I mean, it's 300-400 if you're talking about the state of Colorado. Wait, 1941, 1,941 elementary schools.
That's it?
What do you mean that's it?
That's it?
That's almost 2,000.
I know.
I mean, so and obviously we're here in the metro. But my wife got an interventionist job. She changed schools a couple years ago. I think last year it was actually her first year at this new school, which I'll leave the name out of it. But she gets an interventionist job, and it's about 9 minutes from our house. And the elementary school is across the street from your house.
Yeah, literally like 2 minutes. We run every day, Zach. Me and Phil run every day. He wants to run. So we're getting our exercise in. It takes us 2 minutes to get to the school. Crazy.
It's crazy. So your son and my son go to the same elementary school. There's almost 2,000 in Colorado, but my kid and Phil's kid go to the same elementary school, and they had a assembly today, a bit of a ceremony that they were giving away an award. They do this 4 times a year, and as fate would have it, even within this sequence that I'm talking about, your son was getting honored for something, who's a kindergartner, and my son was getting honored in first grade, and it's just it's crazy.
It's meant to be.
It's crazy. Like, I'm walking into the assembly, like, there's Phil. I would normally be sitting across from him.
If it's meant to be, it'll be, baby, if it's meant to be.
That's the one. So I walk into this elementary school assembly, and like, I'm normally sitting across from him at 2 o'clock, and there I am sitting next to him at this assembly. It's just hilarious. So good for your Phil,
and great for your son too.
Yeah, man, it's special. It's fleeting, and I did this last year because he got a little thing, and I said, well, I did it last year, and it's important that I'm there. And then I was like, wait a second. Dude, you're going to miss 1 hour of the radio show?
And this is your kid.
When you have 10,000 of these shows ahead of you, already 1,000 behind you, like, just go to the assembly.
Well, Zach, for me, it's like I remember when my mother and my father would show up.
Sure.
And how I felt. And I light up just to see their face, especially my father, would light up to see their face. And that's the same thing when we were in there. Our kids were lighting up.
They were.
Like, that's why we do this. That's why we work. We work to provide for them. And when we get a chance to do this, I mean, and go watch them, and they get an award, we're gonna be there.
Yeah, it's special. It's very special. Fleeting, that is for sure. I mean, it's just. I'm almost 40. Like in my head, I feel like I'm like, I don't know, like 23,
man.
And it's just I feel like in my head I could reach out and touch my elementary school moments at Lincoln Elementary in Scotia, New York. Like I was just right there, and I'm sitting here and I'm almost 40, and I'm watching my kid. It's just it's trippy, man. But yeah, and it's good to see. It's like, you know what I like, watching the other kids getting excited for their classmates.
Yeah. Yes.
And cheering them on and hooting and hollering, like,
because you just don't know what's going on in the school. You really don't. You're hoping that your kids, your son and my son, like, are making friends, and then when they're out there and there's other kids yelling their name, and it makes you feel good okay, everything is okay.
Yep, and it's a great school, and they do a great job over there. And shout out our program director Amanda Brown, making sure, like,
Yes.
hey, yeah, go do that. We got you. We'll see when you get back. So I know we appreciate that. How you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm great. We get to do talk show, sports talk radio, baby.
Yeah.
Get to talk about the Denver Broncos.
Heck yeah.
The Avs who are playing tonight.
Yes.
And then at some point, like I always say, we're gonna talk about the Nuggets. So, man, life is good. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. Fired up to be here. A bit of a shorter day. This is how it used to be for years for
It'll be
me.
my first time doing it.
A 3-hour show.
3-hour show.
That's how it was for years here, and we do 4 hours now, and I'm fully adjusted. So this will be a bit of a curveball. Hey, so I put a poll out. Man, this is pretty cool. Well, I don't know if it's cool. Well, we can decide, but it's pretty interesting. I'll say that. Interesting over cool. So yesterday, it was just around this time in the first hour, though. You and I got to talking, and it was Bo Nix. We were talking about Bo Nix, and you were referring to Bo as almost like past tense of like a franchise quarterback, and I'm like, hold on a second.
You get this look on your face when you don't agree with me. Like you squint a little bit, and I'm like, okay, what do you have to say, Zach?
Screw face. I just wrinkle my face like
what?
huh? Like what? And I said, wait, you're already there. Like Bo Nix is already a franchise quarterback.
Let's Bo.
And of course, I said that I believe he's trending in that direction and will ultimately get there, but I just can't get there yet.
Yeah.
I just can't get there yet. I need more of a body of work, especially considering the way that this season started in his sophomore season in the NFL. So I put the question out on Twitter or X, all right? Question for Broncos country. In your opinion, does Bo Nix already have the label of franchise quarterback, or is there still work to do? This is crazy. Over 1,600 people voted on this. So imagine what that looks like in front of you. So bring you behind my own mental curtain sometimes. When you come in here and do this job every day over and over and over and over, and you're just in a room and all I can see is you, Drew, and Dante behind the glass, you can forget how many people you're actually talking to.
Yeah.
Like tens of thousands.
It's not until you go on the road that you start to see some of the fans, some of our listeners, and you're like, wow, like you're talking to more than just 4 people.
Yes. So, and I think our latest Cume said, like, if we, at any given moment, we're talking to, it was like 28,000 people or something like that. And so, but when you live this life every day, it's like you can come in and just sort of forget. Now, if I go up and like when I do an event, or whether it's a emceeing or I'll do some auctioneering stuff from time to time, and I'm in a room and I'm downtown at the Four Seasons and there's 500 people in front of me, it's like, whoa.
The auction, you're like 500, 600, 700, 10 sold.
So like it's just a different level of adrenaline.
Yeah.
So if we were in front of our audience live right now, it'd be a different feeling than you and I have right now, right?
Oh, for sure.
And so I said that to say, so 1,600 people voted on this poll. So imagine what 1,600 people looks like if you were standing in front of them, they're looking at you. 1,600 people voted on this poll. Is Bo Nix, does he already have the label franchise quarterback, or is there still work to do? You can't make it up. Over 1,600 votes, Phil. And it's literally 50-50.
Oh, you're lying. 50-50?
I swear I'm showing you the poll right now.
Oh, it's 50-50?
The community who voted on this poll, okay?
I was hoping like 49, 51.
Yeah.
51. Like,
It's just
come on.
I mean, literally. So our little debate yesterday is a literal representation of the 1,600 plus members of Broncos country that voted on this poll. Exactly 50-50. I don't know if I've ever had a poll that finished exactly 50-50 with that many votes.
So you got 50-50. You divide a room. It's evenly matched. You versus me, Zach. I believe right now, this minute, what time is it? I like to do what Zach By likes. 3/11, October 9th. Bo Nix is the franchise quarterback here for the Denver Broncos. The reasoning for that, one, the rookie year he had last year. Mm-hmm. He started off slow.
He did.
He picked it up. One of the best rookie years that there has been.
Ever.
Justin Herbert.
It's true, yeah.
Was the only one that had a better rookie year.
Statistically.
Yep.
29
29 touchdowns last year. All right, 700 yards passing, only 12 interceptions. And the scary thing about that with Bo Nix is he had his first touchdown pass against the New York Jets in week 4. Week 4.
And 4 of the interceptions of the 12 in the first 2 weeks of the season.
The reason I'm bringing that up and the reason why it's scary is he went on to have a phenomenal year. He started off slow. This year, he's kind of doing the exact same thing. He started off slow. Now, I believe the reason why he started so slow was because Sean Payton put more on his plate, more checks, more plays. And we know that his play calling, Sean Payton, that is very extensive. He gets in there and it's like five, like 2 sentences because there's checks to it, not just run a dive and that is it. So when you get to the line of scrimmage, Bo Nix is having to think a lot more. Is this the right look? If it is, cool, we're going to keep it on. We're good. If it's not, hey, check. And now you have to check and you have to remember what you checked to.
Yep.
See, I had that issue sometimes. And, it's like, yeah, it's Phil. But you get into a huddle, and if you don't listen, just like if I don't listen to you, that's bad. Well, if I'm in a huddle and I don't listen and when there's a check to it, we get to that check, I'm sitting there like, damn, what's the check?
Yeah, what do I do?
I done messed up. I guarantee that has happened to Bo Nix a couple times where it's like, what did I check to? There's so much going on. I have to remember everybody's route, everybody's position, and yet I got to know this check. And so that's one of the reasons why I believe it's been slow, but now he's starting to get into it. The personnel grouping, there's a bunch of personnel grouping going in and out. Now I feel like Bo Nix is starting to get used to that. Players around him are starting to get used to him being in situations where they're checking it. That's one of the biggest reasons why Bo Nix is having a slow start, but now he's picking it up. On top of the reason why I think he's a franchise quarterback is because of his ability to not just throw the ball in the short, intermediate, and the deep ball, but he can be accurate, and we've seen that. Now
Just not enough.
Not enough for you. Not enough for you.
But he's accurate enough for you.
He's accurate enough.
So his 25th ranked completion percentage.
Because it's not just Bo Nix. The receivers have to be on the same page too.
Yeah, Phil, this is football. Every team has drops.
No, for sure. For sure. So that's what you should know.
So he's accurate. So he's accurate enough for you as the 25th ranked completion percentage when he is attempting the most passes within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
So this is what I'm seeing, Zach.
In the entire NFL.
What I'm seeing is like it's just a few things that are off. Sean is doing a great job of scheming up open plays.
I actually agree with this.
They're there.
He's not far off.
He's not far off. Now, if it continues to happen, it's bad. But we're getting ready to go into week 6. Everything is turning around. Bo Nix seems like he's starting to get on the same page with his receivers. His receivers seem like they're more confident in what Bo Nix is doing. He's getting ready to start hitting on those plays that he's missing. But it's all about timing, not just with Cortland, but with Troy Franklin, which this is his first year starting. With Pat Bryant, this is his first year as an NFL football player. And then Marvin Mims getting him going as the baby Joker. It's going to take that time again to just get him all over the field.
Well, he's in year 3, so
he is, but it's not on Marvin Mims. It's on Sean to get him going, like it was last year. Bo Nix is our starting quarterback because he's able to do the things he did it last year. He's doing it. You're starting to see it now. There are moments. All right, he was able to. We should have beat the Chiefs because of him. He had that moment against the Chiefs in Arrowhead. He drives down there, and the field goal team messes it up for Bo Nix. This year against the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles on the road, where Philly has a 12-game winning streak in their house, Bo Nix has a great fourth quarter, has that moment, and the reason why we win is partly because of Bo Nix.
Totally. I am not here. We are on the same road for about 75% of the way, and then it comes this fork in the road, and we have diverging directions. And I believe, as I said yesterday, that my final destination will be where you already are. But I think that it's just a little premature to say he's a franchise quarterback. He's never won a playoff game.
But he got us there. When's the last time we get there?
He did. Yeah, but here's the other thing, and I'm glad you said that because
we got there.
I saw some of this on social media that, hey, well, he's the best of the guys that have tried to fill Peyton Manning's shoes. I agree, but that's not the bar that we should be using of the most starters at quarterback in the NFL over an 8-year period, which happened to coincide, not accidentally, with the worst stretch of Broncos football in their NFL existence. So like it's like, well, who's the tallest midget here, or who's the tallest little person here? It's like that should not be like the barometer for a franchise quarterback. And so like I'll ask you this question, and before I ask you the question, because Dante asked this yesterday, we never got to it.
Yeah.
The thing that's separating Bo, when Bo is at his best, like he was in the fourth quarter, he is a franchise quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
It's just disjointed and not consistent. And so I've seen quarterbacks go out and have success over a stretch of time. I watched Mitchell Trubisky be the quarterback of a 12-4 playoff team, and they thought they had found their guy. We've seen like Deshaun Watson, like this guy was like talked about as like a top 5 quarterback. He looks like he forgot how to play the position.
But you know what those two quarterbacks, they did not have that Bo has. Sean Payton.
Sure.
That is the game changer right there. Having a coach that has done this before, who has a lot of wind under his belt, has went to a Super Bowl, has won a Super Bowl, that knows what it's like to be around a franchise quarterback like Drew Brees, a Hall of Famer. You know, that's the difference, is having that stability at the head coach in play calling position.
So, and I love that fact that Bo has this for his career, and I do believe that's going to continue to pay dividends. But if he has that, and that's the difference, why are we still seeing the inconsistencies?
Because he's young.
For sure.
23 games into the year.
Yes, to his career.
His career.
Yes. Now you're saying what I was saying. It's too early to say after 23 games that this young player, who we all really like, is definitively a franchise quarterback. We don't have the sample size. We just don't yet. I'll take it a step further. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is a franchise quarterback. I just don't yet.
I mean, but that young man, Jaden Daniels, was one game away from the Super Bowl.
He was, and he's further along in that conversation for me than someone like Bo, despite Bo's like just awesome rookie year. And had he picked up right where he left off, I would be more pliable in this moment and more flexible. But right now, it's just I've got to see a little bit more. That title is one of the great titles that you can have in all of sport. A franchise quarterback. That you're raising a franchise, like you're lifting the franchise with you, and I'm just not there yet.
But Bo has done that. We haven't. The last time, other than last year, the last time we got back to the playoffs, we know 2015.
Yeah.
2024. Bo Nix steps foot into that facility. We have our first winning season, and not just 9 wins. It was double digits.
It was
double digits. Could have won a couple more.
And during that year, what did you say repeatedly to me? The strength of the football team was.
It was the defense,
right?
But we all know that. But you still need a quarterback. You still need a quarterback in order to be successful in this league. If we had just a defense, which Denver has always been known for long periods of time, is they have had great defenses. But if you don't have a quarterback, you're not winning double-digit games. You may win 8 or 9. You may be able to do that, like the Denver Broncos were with Russ, because of the defense. But Russ struggled.
Sure.
But when you have a quarterback that fits the system, fits the scheme, that's comfortable, that's confident, that's making some of these passes that we haven't got to see here in a long time, that's when you become a franchise quarterback and a good football team that wins double-digit games.
Yeah.
We all believe we can win double-digit games this year.
1,000%.
Because of the defense, but also because of Bo Nix, Sean Payton as a play caller and as a head coach, but Bo Nix in the offense. But you have to have a quarterback. And that's why I believe that he's the franchise quarterback. We're going to get back to the playoffs as long as people can stay healthy.
I agree.
You know, he is going to turn things around. He's already doing it, and it's a favorable schedule. As we talked about yesterday, you got the Jets that's 0-5. You got the Giants that are trying to figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Cowboys that's record's not good. You got Houston that's still trying to figure things out. I mean, it's a favorable schedule moving forward.
On paper.
The Chiefs that don't look like they did last year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, and then, of course, the Raiders, who are 1-4.
Yeah. So, look, I agree with a lot of what you're saying, and I go back to we agree for about 75% of this, and then it's just that label that we sort of diverge, and someone says on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043, so if the sample size is not big enough yet, why are we even asking the question? That is a good question, because that's part of the crux of why we started the conversation yesterday in the first place, where Phil was referring to Bo as a current franchise quarterback, and I'm just like, I think it's almost impossible to know that right now.
Yeah, you're not ready to get on board with that part. You believe it's going to happen just right now.
Yeah, just he doesn't have that label right now. Okay, here's a question. A couple questions.
Yeah.
So you can be a franchise quarterback without ever winning a playoff game.
Yeah, because here in Denver, yes.
Okay.
Yes. We have we tend to forget, Zach, for the longest, and you know this. I was playing on the football field, and we didn't even get to a playoff game. This is your first time covering the Denver Broncos
as a winner. Yep.
Like, it's been so long.
Which is disturbing because I've been here almost a decade.
I know.
Yes.
Sean was there 1 year before Bo.
Yep.
We almost got there.
Yep.
We didn't get there, though. Bo Nix steps into the door. We get there. Have 10 wins. Double-digit wins with Bo Nix, a rookie.
But hold on a second. You just sort of touched on it.
Everybody was doubting this man.
You just sort of touched on it, though. It was Sean Payton who first showed up, and you have a playoff appearance on the line with 2 games left in the season.
But Sean still needs help, right?
He does.
In order for Sean to get to a Super Bowl, who did he need? He needed Drew Brees. Sean needed his quarterback. He handpicked his quarterback that he believed was like Drew Brees in his head.
Well, someone said in the comments of the poll, okay, Chris Spomer said, shout out. He said, if it's 50-50 split like this, I think that's your answer. And I thought that was an interesting point. If 1 out of every 2 people agree with me, 1 out of every 2 people agree with you, and we're still split like this, that might just be an indicator that, now, I don't want to use this as a trump card, but like that if you put that poll question out in Buffalo, what's the result?
Oh,
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Yes.
Cincinnati.
Yes.
It's not a divided room. Everyone agrees that they have a franchise quarterback. And the fact that it will split a room with over 1,600 votes and it's literally 50-50, for me, I'll speak for myself, for me, that is almost answering the question to a degree. That it's not that he's never going to get there, because, of course, a lot of us believe he's going to get there, myself included, but he just needs a little, he's got more work to do for me. Here's a question. Right now, would you feel comfortable giving Bo Nix 4 years, $220 million? That's what the Packers gave Jordan Love. I'm not even doing top of the market because that's like Dak. So this was like maybe the 6th one, I think.
I'm good with that.
Would you feel comfortable right now, after the 22, 23 games you've seen, to give Bo Nix a 4-year, $220 million contract, $75 million signing bonus, $160 guaranteed, and an annual average value over the next half decade to Bo Nix of $55 million?
Yeah, I'm willing to give him that. The Green Bay Packers were willing to give Jordan Love that. Now, Jordan Love got to the league 2020. He had to sit behind Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love got his contract 2024 after his first year starting. They had to pay him because he was sitting there that long.
Right.
But yet, after getting to now for Jordan Love, he got past the first round, got to the second round.
Yeah, they scored like 49 on Dallas.
Yeah, on Dallas, and then almost beat the 49ers
by a field goal or something like that. It was, I think it was a 3-point game.
And honestly, he was the reason why they lost that game. If you remember, he ends up throwing a pick as they're driving down the field to try to tie it or to score.
Yes.
He throws that interception.
Yes.
And 49ers go to the Super Bowl and get beat. But for Jordan Love, you were forced to give him that money because of what he did for that 1 year. That next year, last year, Jordan Love got back to the playoffs. He didn't look as good. They struggled throughout the season. They got going again. He goes to the playoffs. They play Philly. You know how that ended. Philly was dominant.
Yep.
So for Bo Nix gets to the playoffs his first year without a run game, without a tight end, and was still able to get to double-digit wins.
It was impressive. It was.
This year, you do have a run game, a solid one that's top 5 right now.
Yeah.
Tight end-wise, I mean, supposedly we got the Joker. I'm not ready to sit here and call him the Joker yet until he really gets involved. That's Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
And we have a great defense. So, yes, if we had to pay Bo Nix right now, I would pay him that much money.
Okay, so when Nick,
who else is there in the draft, too?
Hold on a second. When Nick Bonito this summer wanted his contract, you wanted to wait.
I did want to wait.
And you said, it's been 1 year. I want to see more.
I did. But then what did I say?
And here you want to give $220 million already to Bo.
What did I say?
Unbelievable.
I came around after that 49ers game. I said, you're right. Let's get it done.
You did. All right. Good stuff. Good conversation. I think it's a reasonable conversation. I think it's reasonable.
It's 50-50.
And if you want to continue to weigh in, ramoslaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Maybe we can get to some of those responses coming up next.
Will playing in London actually be a good thing for the Broncos this weekend?
I think going to London might be a positive here. Might be a good thing for them. Getting away from here, getting away, just kind of going away by yourselves for the whole week and kind of being secluded out there. I think that's going to be a good thing for the Broncos not to have that trap game, that letdown game.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, these are definitely game changers that you're not going to want to miss out on. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then you need to give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Big deals on windows and siding. Order in October, finance with them, and pay nothing until November 2027. Be warm for the holidays. Call 5280 Exteriors. Low monthly payments. 5280 Exteriors. The altitude of quality.
It's Chevy Truck Month at Castle Rock Chevy GMC with great deals on the all-new 2026 Chevy Colorado. Built for adventure, hauling gear to the mountains, towing your toys, or just cruising in comfort. With advanced tech, bold design, and legendary Chevy durability, the Colorado is the midsize truck that works hard and plays harder. CastleRockChevroletGMC.com. Together, let's drive. Stock number T1119132. MSRP $42,760. Offer includes dealer discount. Must qualify for leasing with GM Financial. $2,000 due at signing. 36-month 10K lease. Does not include TTNL, D&H, or dealer added accessories. This offer does not combine with any other offers. Please contact the dealer for details and restrictions. Must take delivery by October 31st, 2025. Offer ends October 31st, 2025. CastleRockChevroletGMC.com. Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game and the go-to spot for football season with wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience whether you're catching college or pro games this season. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Winning matters. Postman Law has recovered over $3 billion for clients. Injured? Call 844-POSTMAN. It's free to see if you have a case. Others promise. Postman delivers.
Brandon Stokel here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Do you need a new furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump? ROX Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Greg.
Hi, my name is Greg. I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 10 years. I noticed that I was really tired. I was lethargic. I didn't sleep really well, and I was overweight. My waist was 4 inches over what it should have been. It was really difficult for me to lose the body shape I didn't like. And of course, my marriage, yes. No man in their 40s wants to have low libido in their marriage. I'm really thankful for this therapy because it just makes me feel the man I want to be, active, at home, everywhere. If you're feeling like I was, call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today and get checked. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Thanks, Greg. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com. And get ready for the workday.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Peyton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
On 104.3 HD2, divisional playoff baseball action continues as Philadelphia faces LA starting at 4. Tomorrow on The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU football faces Fresno State with pregame starting at 6. Presented by Rocks Heating and Air. On 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Air Force with pregame starting at 6:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
A little different of a show today, as we were an hour late coming in at both of us at an elementary school assembly. And so we'll get back to the 3 count tomorrow, where I hold that on a Friday.
Coming out the top ropes with it. You know what I was watching today? It just like popped out on my timeline.
What's that?
Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yeah.
Viva Guerrero.
Oh yeah.
You say it?
Yeah, something like that.
And so like it was going through all his clips of him like being dirty.
Oh yeah.
Like it was just like,
and
man, I miss that.
He say, I lie, I cheat, I steal.
Yeah. Yo, he was taking stuff, putting it in his shoes.
Oh yeah.
It was
Oh
like,
yeah,
man,
dude.
Those were the good days.
Oh yeah, he'd come to the ring in a lowrider.
He would.
Literally. He had the hydraulics going and all that stuff.
Oh man.
Oh, that's classic. That is classic. Let's just get the listeners involved here a little bit, and then we'll sequence into something else here. But we were talking about, hey, does Bo Nix already have the label of franchise quarterback? And we've gone back and forth, and you've sort of pleaded your case why you think he is. I think he's going to get there, but he's not quite there yet. A couple listeners here, and guys, always, and I've been saying this for years. Throw your name on the text message, on the RamosLaw.com text message, and we'll give you a shout out. If Bo Nix is the quarterback for the Broncos, doesn't that make him a franchise quarterback? No. Definitely not.
Makes him a quarterback.
Makes him a quarterback in the NFL, not a franchise quarterback.
No. I mean, we went through Russell Wilson, Stedham, Teddy Two Gloves, Drew Lock, Brett Rippey, Jeff Driscoll, Brendan Allen, Joe Flacco, Case Keenum, Trevor Siemian, Paxton Lynch. Oh, and Phillip Lindsay.
Oh, there it was. I was wondering if you were going to say it. Yeah, no, I mean, but Drew was one of them where we thought that we had a franchise quarterback on our hands here in Denver, and it didn't work out. I think he's the only one. People liked Bridgewater, and he was solid and consistent, and was probably, if I had to like win a game picking any of the quarterbacks that you just went through, and like my life was on the line, it would probably be Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, to that RamosLaw.com text message, no, just because he's under center for the Broncos doesn't necessarily mean he's a franchise quarterback, although we disagree on Bo personally. Someone says, I think it's 50-50 right now. We want to call him a franchise quarterback, and he will be a franchise quarterback, but he's just not there yet. He's still learning, just making mistakes, but he's also making big plays. It's just awesome to finally have a quarterback to believe in.
I love that one.
I really like that one because here's what I'll say. Even though we happen to disagree on the label, this conversation is actually coming from such a healthy place. We're literally just kind of going back and forth debating whether the Broncos have their franchise quarterback right now or he's just a little bit, he's on schedule. Yeah, he's going to get there soon, but not quite there right now.
He's getting there.
Okay. Let's just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Because I know folks have a tendency, because I see people on the text line, I'm a clown, I'm an idiot. Dude,
no.
we're having a sports conversation.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. Someone else on the RamosLaw.com text line, 757, says we got to get at least 3 seasons of tape before we crown him as a franchise quarterback or not.
3 seasons, huh?
I actually don't agree with that. If Bo can correct the ship, because he's in the bottom half of the league in almost every statistical category, but if he can get it figured out like he did last year, and the Broncos are in the playoffs in back-to-back years, and you're winning a playoff game, dude, I'm there. Like,
so is that what you need to see, a playoff win?
You know what?
Is that what kind of like? Are you waiting for that playoff win to say, hey, all right, Bo, he's getting to the next step? Because it's hard. It's hard to win games in the NFL. It's hard to win games in the playoff. Ask Justin Herbert.
Yes, and I was just about to use him because I do not believe Herbert's won a playoff game yet, but I do believe he's a franchise quarterback. But if you have an opportunity to win every single week because of you, and you're in the playoffs repeatedly because of you, then I think there's a middle ground to say, yeah, that's a franchise quarterback. So I think it's a kind of like a case by case. We would not be having this conversation if there was a strict definition.
Yeah, if it was definitive that he was not or he was, then we wouldn't even talk about it.
No. So like math is very straightforward. 1 + 1, it's always going to equal 2. Art, music, it's up for interpretation. It's more
Very
abstract.
Creative.
That's all. Right. What else here? I love Bo, and I'm 1,000% excited to see where he can take us, but we're still not out from under our last contract mistake. If I had to pay him right now, not happening. I need to see more first. That's really interesting because when Russell Wilson came in here, it was like, of course he's a franchise quarterback because that's all he's ever been.
Yeah.
But then when he gets here, even with that resume, he couldn't follow through on that label here in Denver. That's an interesting one.
It is, but also this is where you have to believe in Sean. All right, like Sean didn't handpick Russ. Sean didn't want Russell Wilson. He wanted Bo Nix or maybe somebody else. Maybe it was, remember there was a report about Sean liking Baker at one point. Maybe it was going to be something like that if he couldn't get the quarterback that he wanted in the draft. But he was able to get Bo. He's excited about Bo. He gets to mold Bo into what he wants Bo to look like. And so, yeah, and it's been working so far. It has been. The Bo Nix experience.
It has been. Absolutely. Shockey on the RamosLaw.com text line. Sutton is our, in all caps, number 1 wide receiver, but around the NFL, it's debated if he's a true number 1. Nix is our franchise quarterback, but I'm not ready to say he's an undeniable franchise quarterback in the NFL. That's kind of a unique comparison using Sutton.
It really is. It really is. Now we can have a full segment on Court now because I think Cortland's getting to the point where he has played a lot of football in his career.
Yes.
He has been very consistent when he's healthy.
Yep.
He's not just a receiver 1 for us. I think that you place him with the Buffalo Bills, he helps them out even more.
He would be a number 1 in Buffalo.
You know, and it's just going to help Josh Allen out, make it easier for him with the 50-50 balls, getting in and out of his breaks on the intermediate routes. You go to Baltimore, he'd be a number 1 in Baltimore.
He'd be a number 1 in Baltimore.
So
he might be the number 1 in Kansas City.
Ooh, you're right. You're right.
Like, would he be the number 1 with the Rams? No.
No.
Would he be a number 1 with maybe the Lions? No. But he'd be a number 1 in double-digit teams. And Sutton has more of a case why he's a true bona fide NFL number 1 than I think Bo does for a bona fide franchise quarterback. Someone says in a year and a half, Bo has never ranked in the top half of the league in any significant category. Franchise? No, not yet. I have to disagree with that one. Bo Nix was among touchdown leaders last year. His 29 touchdowns were, I mean, Bo Nix threw more touchdown passes than Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, or Jordan Love last year. So I have to disagree with that one, even though you're on my side, big picture. And last one I'll read here. I guarantee you guys, if you were to ask the players on the team, they would agree that Bo Nix is a franchise quarterback.
I agree with that one.
I agree with that one as well.
Because
his
even when I
teammates
was,
would,
even when I was like, I don't know about Bo, his teammates were on board. They didn't want the Jarrett Stidham, Bo Nix, Zach Wilson experience. They just wanted Bo Nix, and they came out with it this year.
They did.
Camp.
They came out after the fact, said, we knew all along. We knew pretty early. All right, that's a little sampling of the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. In an anonymous poll to all 30 NBA front offices, Nikola Jokic was dubbed the league's best at 3 different things. We'll talk about it next.
Who has been the offensive MVP for the Broncos this season?
I know coming into the season it was, hey, RJ Harvey could be the starter by week 5, or some people were saying, hey, he'll be the starter week 1. No. There is one bona fide running back on this football team. I'd be scared to think where the Broncos would be if they didn't have J.K. Dobbins.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Wow, Leslie, your fireplace really sucks.
I beg your pardon?
Well, what I mean is your fireplace is literally sucking all the air out of your house and right up the chimney every time you burn it.
Well, what can I do about it?
Well, you could get a high-efficiency gas insert from Cozy Heat. It keeps all the air you already pay the utility company to heat, and it returns up to 80% of the fire's heat back into your house.
I'd use my fireplace every chance I get if I could do that. Maybe my furnace wouldn't need to run so much.
Well, that's the whole point. Hi, this is Keith Lair with Lair Fireplace and Patio, along with my niece Leslie, to tell you how a gas insert from Cozy Heat will give you the incentive to use your fireplace again. Cozy Heat gas fireplaces and inserts are made to crank out the heat with beauty and style.
Lair's is Denver's oldest, most trusted name in fireplaces. Family owned and operated since 1954.
We'll even give you a free in-home quote, including expert installation by our own certified in-house installers.
Find us on the web at lairfireplacepatio.com.
For top quality Cozy Heat fireplaces and inserts, it's Lair Fireplace and Patio, Denver's fireplace experts.
CU fans, keep your fix going with Denver Sports CU Football Post-Game Recap. Available every home game exclusively on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Presented by Corwin Toyota Boulder. Family driven for over 100 years.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Hey, Stoke here. If you need a hip or knee replacement surgery, check out Colorado Joint Replacement. They're home to some of the top trained surgeons in the state using the latest technology. Their expert surgeons offer the most innovative joint replacement care in the Front Range. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3, The Fan.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. Caesaring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Whether it's kickoff, halftime, or the final drive, fuel your football season at Dickey's Barbecue Pits. Order the two can dine for $29.99 deal. Two meat plates stacked with pit smoke flavor. Or go for the new triple play combo. A classic sandwich, savory side, and a big yellow cup for just $12.99. No matter who you're rooting for, great barbecue is always a win. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, legit. Texas barbecue.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, we are 2 weeks away from the tip-off of the NBA season. And, man, this is one of my favorite times of the year where we get to react to Bronco games and then also Nuggets and Avs.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's going to be a jam-packed schedule for us, man.
Yeah.
Late nights.
Yes.
Because even though we come on the air and we talk and this is our job, we still have to go and watch these games, take notes, rewatch the games.
Totally.
And I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, we get to watch sports.
Yep.
But it's a lot.
No, I was going to say, when you're talking about two different 82-game seasons, that is, and I don't think I've ever talked about that. That is one thing that I don't think maybe the general public is aware of. And this is a sweet gig, so it's not a complaint. But the amount of consumption that you have to watch, a lot of times, you know, I'll get asked, "Hey, did you see this happen?" And it'll be in the Dallas Cowboys game, and I'm like, "No, I didn't." And when I was younger, when I was like 25 doing this, like it's like, man, I can't believe that guy doesn't have a frame of reference of this play that I'm talking about. But it's like, dude, if you have to watch every Nuggets game, every Broncos game, every Avs game. Yeah. There's not a lot of bandwidth left over for other games. Or even like, dude, I watch SportsCenter, like growing, all through my 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, I got here to Denver. It's like, I watch less SportsCenter than ever before. I'm good because I'm saturated with Denver sports.
And that's what it's all about. It's making sure that we're prepared for these shows and we can give the best things to our knowledge when it comes to just critiquing everybody and having fun. And right now with the Avs playing, that's fun. It was the first the
home opener
tonight. It's going to be great. Denver's doing their part finally. It's like for the Broncos, that's great. And then of course the Nuggets. We're all excited about the Nuggets. They have a great chance to win NBA Finals.
Yeah, they do. And in that vein, NBA.com's anonymous survey comes out 2 weeks before the season every year. They ask a litany of questions. And Oklahoma City was a runaway favorite to win the NBA title. 80% of the responses, and you can't vote for your own team or your own players in any of these questions. But yeah, OKC, so it's another poll where people within the league believe that Oklahoma City it's too tough to beat right now.
I mean, they're dominant. They were dominant last year. They have a bunch of people coming back. The chemistry is going to be there. So I get it. I get it. But watch out for them damn Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, watch out for them is right. And a part of the thing with the Thunder, real quick, is because they won. I forget how many games they won last year, an absurd amount. But they didn't have like Chet Holmgren was out of their lineup. He fractured his hip. He was like out of the lineup for months at a time. Isaiah Hartenstein was out of the lineup for a long time. And they have a first-round draft pick that they drafted him after he had tore his Achilles because he dropped in the draft. And they're like, we actually don't need him now.
That's wild right there.
But this kid, Nikola Topic, is like, he's too good. He's too good so we'll draft him, we'll stash him, we'll get him healthy.
They're doing the Green Bay Packers treatment. And with the quarterbacks, with Aaron Rodgers, first it was Brett Favre.
Yep.
You had Aaron Rodgers that was brewing behind Brett. Then Aaron Rodgers becomes Aaron Rodgers. Then you have Jordan Love that was behind Aaron Rodgers. And now Jordan Love got paid, and he's doing well for himself.
Yep. But the next most likely response after Oklahoma City was the Denver Nuggets. When it came to MVP, who's going to be this year's MVP, Nikola Jokic got 67% of the 30 front office votes to win this year. And obviously no one in Denver could vote for Jokic. Jokic was also voted the NBA's best passer once again, which is just hysterical because throughout time, this has always gone to a point guard. Always.
Well, you saw the preseason game, that pass that he just had.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think Cam Johnson was a little shocked.
Yeah, it's like, let me see if this still works. and if you're Cam, it's going to take some getting used to. It's like, dude, like eyes in the back of your head, that ball is going to bounce off your face if you're not ready for it. And then Jokic was also voted the NBA's highest basketball IQ, and which we just know all too well.
Supercomputer.
He is a supercomputer. And so most likely to win league's MVP, voted the NBA's best passer, voted the NBA's highest basketball IQ, and after Oklahoma City, the Nuggets, the next most likely team, according to the people within the league themselves, that Denver's next up after OKC.
And I know that this is early, Zach, and we're going to dive deep into it later on. But this seems like when we talk about the Nuggets, it's like there's no weak spot. To you, going into this season, is there any kind of concern? The depth, Jokic with his men, is there anything for you?
It's a great question. I would say I don't think the depth is going to be an issue. That's a great question. If there was a weakness, what would it be? I want to see this new defense that they're playing. They're talking about like playing more zone, and just typically that doesn't work in the NBA. The NBA is in an era where we're watching the greatest shooting displays of all time, the greatest shot makers we've ever seen in NBA history. And then I would say potentially the athleticism of the team.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, the athleticism of the team.
Well, because you have Brucey B, which he's athletic, he's getting older, but he's there.
But he's not considered like a plus athlete. Like, he's a good athlete, but like the Denver Nuggets don't have a lot of like, on the NBA scale, NBA landscape, like plus athletes. Like I'm thinking like, who's the kid? Jalen Green. Is he playing with the Suns now? Jalen Green? Yeah. Jalen Green's like a plus athlete. Anthony Edwards is like a plus athlete. The Nuggets, if you put me on the spot and say, like, Peyton Watson is a plus athlete.
Peyton Watson is.
But he's not a starter. And so if you were to say, hey, you're going to pin down one, potential concern, I would say, I want to know what this new defense looks like, and I hope that the Nuggets reach the like requisite amount of athleticism. Cam Johnson, not a plus athlete. Jokic, not a plus athlete. Jamal, not a plus athlete.
Yeah, see, and this is interesting because it's like these are the things that we're going to all definitely be watching throughout these games, especially against the Thunder, that are going to be more exciting. They're high flying, they're athletic, they're young.
Yep.
Can you find ways to keep pace with them when it's time? But also, as you get older and you're not as athletic, you have to be smart, which this basketball team is.
Yes. What they lack in that category of athleticism, hopefully they can make up with synergy, connection, IQ, all that stuff. A lot of veterans. All right, we are at 4 o'clock on Thursday, which means it's time to play trivia. Coming up next.
Did the Broncos unlock a new weapon during their win over the Eagles?
The best thing we learned from this game against the Eagles is they can beat anybody. The second best thing may be they've figured out Evan Ingram. This is just the beginning of Evan Ingram taking over and being the Joker that we all thought he could be.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right, Broncos country, you already know what the deal is. Football is back. Summer is officially over, and that means it's all about the game days. Whether you're heading to Empower Field or traveling up to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, you know you need to get there on time and in style. But speaking on going to the Broncos games, you can get up to 30% off of your ride with Hermes Worldwide for the entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention the code PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is let Hermes Worldwide handle all your traffic and parking hassles and let them get you to and from the game safely so you can focus on the important stuff, like watching your favorite team stack those wins and making as many memories with your friends and families as possible. So give Hermes Worldwide a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Halloween's here. Costumes, candy, and maybe a few scares. But nothing scarier than being ghosted by your insurance company after an accident. At Postman Law, we've delivered over $3 billion to our clients, and we make it simple. Speed, ease, results. With free case evaluations and no fee unless we win, you're never left in the dark. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens, the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. And here's the kicker. When you work with both American Financing and their partner American Home Agents, you can receive a credit on closing costs of up to 1% or a max of $10,000 on your home loan. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, it's time to step in, and American Financing is the place to start. Don't let the 20% down myth stop you. You could buy a home with as little as 3% down, and with down payment assistance programs available, getting into a home might be easier than you think. Pick up the phone, call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Need a plumber? Euro Plumbing has the lowest prices in town. Rock bottom prices on whole house repipes, sewer line repairs, even water heaters. 720-500-3000.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, let's play a little trivia. Before we do, though, it sounds like the morning show was once again complaining, which
That doesn't sound like them.
yeah, goodness gracious! How with those questions? Was there any sort of controversy?
They didn't like the baseball question I had.
Which was it? Go ahead and repeat it.
It was, since 1980, only one player has ever won the Rookie of the Year and the MVP in the same season. They didn't like that I said since 1980. The answer is Ichiro Suzuki. He did it in, I think, like 2000 or 2001.
Yeah, I think.
They didn't like that I put since 1980. They thought I was trying to trick them. But if you guys are listening, I was actually trying to point out how rare and special that feat is, because it's only happened once in the last 45 years, and that feels like something you should know. But they took it as me trying to trick them.
That is the weirdest complaint ever. That's just a trivia question. It's a trivia question. Oh my gosh! All right, let's have some fun here. No complaining, and I'm sure we won't have a reason to. Dante Gomez, hit the music.
We'll start with the NBA. Of this group, which NBA player has the most career block shots? Patrick Ewing, Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, David Robinson, or Robert Parrish?
All right, I'm going to need those names again. It was Ewing, Duncan, Shaq. You say David Robinson?
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing, Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, David Robinson, or Robert Parrish?
All right.
Right off the bat for me, none of those guys like really stand out as like huge shot blocking type players.
Tim Duncan for sure.
Well. I'd be willing to bet they're all top 20 on the all-time block list.
Yeah.
But it's not like Dikembe Mutombo.
Right.
Yeah.
I think like Marcus Camby is a big shot blocking guy.
Sure. I'll tell you, the first name that it sort of sticks out here, and I could be completely off on this, but David Robinson was so athletic and so long and skinny through his 20s and early 30s. Shaq had incredible timing on his blocks. Incredible. And these are, I'd be willing to bet these all 5 of these are in the top 15 of all time.
I feel like they want us to go with Shaq though. Like that's the name Shaq. He's a dominant presence. Why do you think for David Robinson? Why?
Well, just sort of what I described. Like he was a pogo stick. He was as big as a lot of these guys, and played the center position. But David Robinson was so athletic. He was a freak show. He was an absolute freak show. Another name that if it was on this list, sort of to your point, if like Hakeem Olajuwon, because Hakeem Olajuwon had similar athleticism as David Robinson, but the timing that he had, it was incredible.
Did Robinson play as many seasons as like Shaq and Tim Duncan?
That's a good question.
Because I think he was a multiple-year college guy, and then didn't he go to like the Navy for a little bit before the NBA?
He did play at Navy. I think he went right into the NBA. I don't think he was like a serviceman and then went into the NBA. He was a number 1 pick in the draft. And I believe he was a number 1 pick in 1991. And Shaq was, I believe, the number 1 pick in 1992. Robinson played for a long time, but
not that long, because I don't remember him playing.
Yeah.
And I remember Shaq playing.
Yeah.
What you think, Drew?
You know, the name that honestly immediately pops out for me is Robert Parrish. Especially because Mike is a Boston guy. Robert Parrish played on those great Celtics teams in the 80s. He just strikes me as the type of guy that would have blocked a lot of shots, I guess. Even though I said that like none of these guys really stand out as big shot blockers to me, but I don't know.
I'll say this about Robert Parrish too. Robert Parrish has played among the 3 or 4 most games in NBA history.
Yeah, didn't he play like 22, 23 years, something silly?
He did. And I don't he might have the most games played in NBA history.
And then you got Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan played forever too.
He did.
But did he block a bunch of shots?
He did.
Did he?
All these guys did. I'd be willing to bet that all 5 of these guys are top 10 all time in blocks.
Ooh-wee.
It's a ruling out guys.
I would say Ewing. I would rule out. I'm gonna feel silly if it's him. But I would take him out first. I would take Duncan out second, and I would be willing to bet it's between Shaq, David Robinson, and Robert Parrish. Man, Parrish with the games played.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I kind of like that one. In the tie that Drew said.
Oh, I don't really know. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I don't either.
I mean, I know a lot about these guys, but I don't know. I'm not like looking at the list, so I don't know. But the games played might be a tiebreaker for us if we don't have any other convictions.
Yeah, I was leaning Parrish or Duncan just because they played forever.
Let's go Parrish.
Yeah.
Let's go Parrish.
Let's go Robert Parrish. Final answer. Send it in.
Send it in, Jerome!
Answer, Tim Duncan.
Oh, wow.
Tim Duncan.
All right, that stings a little bit, but I don't. It's a good question. Not going to sit here and whine about it. Next question. Fire away.
All right, now one from the NFL. Who was the last pair of teammates to win Defensive Player of the Year in back-to-back seasons?
So I just did this research recently, and it's happened 3 times. And I heard Will Peterson on the drive-in. He's like, someone did this research recently. It was your boy Zach, Will. This has happened 3 times in NFL history.
Will knew that. He just wanted to piss you off.
Well, it worked. It happened in the mid-'70s with the Steelers, 73, 74, 75 with Jack Lambert, Mel Blount, and Joe Green. It happened in the mid-'90s with Bryce Pupp and Bruce Smith, and it happened in the early 2000s with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. You guys good with that?
Yeah.
Totally good with that.
Let's go ahead and send it in.
Send it in, Jerome!
Answer, Ed Reed and Ray Lewis.
Let's go. Fire another question, D.
Question number 3, we got an Avalanche question for you. What was the order of the teams the Avs beat to win the Stanley Cup in 2001?
Oh, in 2001.
Okay, 2001.
So we're going to have to lean on Drew here. Let me just try to contribute a little bit here.
Okay.
So there's the 96 Cup, and then there's the 01 Cup.
Mm-hmm.
The 01 Cup, was it down in Florida? Or no, it was New Jersey.
It was when they beat Jersey.
They beat Jersey, and Patrick Waugh stood on his head. I think they were down, and then they won the last 2 games.
They were down 3-1 in that series, and Patrick Waugh stood on his head for Game 6 and 7. Chris Drury scored 2 goals in Game 7 to give the Avs the win.
Okay, so it's Jersey to finish.
Jersey finished. The LA Kings were number 1.
Okay.
They played in the first round because that's when Peter Forsberg got hurt with a ruptured spleen and missed the rest of the playoffs.
Kings.
Now I'm struggling because I can remember 96 and I remember 2022.
Yeah, I remember 22 for sure. But this predates me, and I've tried to saturate myself in it, but I don't know this.
I want to say they played St. Louis in the second round.
So the Kings to start.
St. Louis.
Devils to finish.
I'm trying to remember if they played Detroit in the conference finals or not.
Man, I think they might have, Drew. That is ringing a bell for me.
I think they did.
L.A., St. Louis.
Now, I'm not. If we ever were going to complain, it'd be something like this.
Yeah.
Because Dante and Phil and myself, it's way in the way back and asking this four series sequence.
Yeah, this was specifically for me.
It was.
Man, I'm not totally sold on St. Louis. I just don't have a better option for round 2. So I think just based on that, I think we got to go L.A., St. Louis, Detroit, New Jersey.
Okay. The L.A. Kings, St. Louis Blues, Detroit Red Wings, New Jersey Devils. All right. Sounds good. Send it in.
Send it in, Jerome!
Answer, Vancouver, Los Angeles, St. Louis, and New Jersey.
We were 1 off there.
Had 3 of the teams right.
Yeah, had 3 of the 4. Don't feel bad about that.
Yeah.
Do we want to finish up right here? Yeah, let's finish up right here. We'll go a little long.
Now here's your curveball question. In honor of the new Bruce Springsteen movie, in the song Glory Days, Bruce references a guy he played baseball with. What town did they play in?
Oh, man. I'm not a Springsteen guy, so I have no idea.
Me either.
I know the song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. No clue.
Like what, New York?
No, I want to
No?
guess. I'm thinking like some weird town in like Pennsylvania, like Reading, Pennsylvania.
And isn't he like was he a New Jersey guy?
I think he was New Jersey.
Springsteen was New Jersey.
So how about, let's throw out a New Jersey. Let's do
Trenton.
Sure, let's do Trenton.
Or what about Cooperstown, New York, home of the Hall of Fame? Is there a chance that it just could be easy as that? I don't know.
I don't know the song, but I feel like if it had Cooperstown in it, it would
stand out.
Stand out a little bit.
That feels like
that
a
could be wrong.
A hard one to put in there to make it kind of rhyme a little bit. Maybe
Yeah.
so.
I still like Reading, PA.
Just randomly.
Yeah, there's a minor league baseball team there.
There is.
All right. I mean, it just better not be Trenton.
Yeah.
You want to go with Reading, PA?
I like Reading.
Let's go with Reading.
Let's go Reading.
Dante feels a gut feel about Reading, PA. Send it in.
Answer, Freehold, New Jersey.
Nah, it was a Jersey. It was a Jersey.
Never even heard of Freehold.
No, me either. All right. So what do we do there?
1 and 3.
1 and 3. Okay.
Not great.
Not great, but we got 3 of the 4 in the Devils sequence. We had it as a Jersey town in the Springsteen sequence. And what was the other one? It was Duncan.
It was Duncan.
Okay. All right. Look, we've done worse. We've had worse weeks. Okay. Shifting gears here a little bit. The Jets are the league's worst at 0-5, but is there more to gangrene than meets the eye? I think the answer is yes, and we'll talk about why next.
Are the Avalanche once again in a familiar situation with a crucial top 6 player?
I hate that this Netchus thing is going into the season. I hate it. I hate it so much because if he starts fast, and I expect he's going to, then you're in the same situation as the Mikko thing last year.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro. On them, it's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on Experience Beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game and the go-to spot for football season with wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience whether you're catching college or pro games this season. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
If you've been injured in Colorado, you want Wilhite. After an accident, you want Colorado's accident experts on your side, the Wilhite Law Firm. Get your free case review right now. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW today or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters Trust kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers, pro results, faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
I know you don't want to think about it, but it's happening. Snow is coming, and Siltahar Motors is ready. Stocked up on a boatload of Broncos sports built for adventure in rain, sleet, or snow. So whether you're tailgating, skiing, or just exploring your own backyard, the Broncos Sport is ready for action, starting at just $27,999. Siltahar has the best selection, the easiest location, and the lowest prices in town. Go to sthmotors.com. Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
The New York Jets are a league worst 0-5, but is there more to Gang Green than meets the eye? So the Jets are not a good football team. I'm not here to paint that picture. They've actually failed to score a first-half touchdown in 4 straight games. But they do one thing really good, man. They do one thing really good. They run the hell out of the football.
Run the ball, man. Running backs.
The Jets are and we talked about this yesterday or the day before. The Broncos are a top 5 running team.
Yeah.
Jets are a top 3 running team. They're getting 144 yards a game on the ground. The Jets have rushed for 722 yards as a team. That is the most through 5 games since 2010 for the New York Jets. The Jets also lead the NFL with 21 carries that have gone for 10 yards or more. It's actually 3 more than second in the NFL. And this dude, Breece Hall, I'm curious what you think of this dude. He's got 15 carries at 10 or more yards, most in the NFL, and 5 more than the next closest.
I like Breece Hall as a running back. And watching him from the start when he was drafted by the Jets, he's explosive. But he's a big running back that's able to break those tackles. Very patient in picking and choosing his holes. But when he hits that hole and he's out, you are not catching him. The Denver Broncos got to see that firsthand. I want to say 2 years ago when Russ was the quarterback and it was Sean's first year. Mm-hmm. And Breece Hall was able to bust for a 50-yard, 40-yard touchdown where you had Justin Simmons and Kareem Jackson who couldn't even catch him.
That's right.
Now, for Breece Hall, his issue has been injuries. He had a significant knee injury that he came back from last year or the year before. I want to say last year. He's been doing well. He needs help. But when you have Justin Fields, he's not lighting it up through the air, but he's an athlete. He's fast. He's big. He's like a running back as well. So they have that kind of two-headed monster where you can hand the ball off to Breece Hall, or you can keep it if you're Justin Fields and still pick up 15, 20, or even a major 40-yard touchdown like he has had in the past with the Bears. So this is a team. This is a running team that knows that they're good at running. Their identity is running the ball. They're going to try to control the clock. They're going to try to keep the Denver offense off the field, wear down the defense, and go at people like Zach Allen. Go at people like Malcolm Roach, who will be back in the mix. DJ Jones. See if they will be stout enough that will anchor down and try to stop this run game. And when you have a team that knows that they're going to run the ball, Zach, you as a defense, you're forced to add a person in the box. So you're going to have to add Hufanga or Brandon Jones in the box. Now you're going to have opportunities on the outside, like you say for the Denver Broncos, where Justin Fields may take some shots down the field to Riley Moss's side.
Man, he's good.
He is.
He's really good. He's good.
But
no, my wheels are turning here because I actually think the Denver Broncos should consider trading for Breece Hall.
Whoa. We got our running back.
Who?
JK.
Yep, on a 1-year deal.
You want to trade for Breece Hall right now?
I think that it should be considered.
You're going to mess the chemistry up.
Listen, with chemistry of what? With JK?
With JK.
Oh, I think he'd be okay. And he's on a 1-year deal.
He is.
Here, just let me explain myself here.
Yeah, please do.
Breece Hall is in his 4th year. He is a 2nd-round draft pick. That means he's in the last year of his rookie contract. The New York Jets are 0-5. They are not going anywhere quick. And after the game, this past week, when they went to 0-4, he said, quote, "I'm in my 4th year, and I don't have a lot of time left to prove what I want to do and who I can be in this league." That is as much of a hint at a trade request as you're probably going to get. And it could get to a point, and he's a young football player, all right? I know 4 years in the league.
Yeah, he's young.
But he is 24 years old. He came in as a younger player.
So JK's 26, Breece Hall's 24.
Yes. He played at Iowa State, who CU has this weekend.
This week, Cyclones.
Deion said he didn't know they were called the Cyclones. Very interesting. We'll get to CU here in a second. I can't believe he said that. Goodness.
He's just so focused.
Yes. It's like a college football in your own league. Like, and they're called the Cyclones? Man, that's sweet.
He's probably thinking like the Hawkeyes.
Dude, that is unbelievable that a coach in the Big 12 said he didn't know they were called the Cyclones. But he's in the last year of his deal for an 0-5 team. He's still 24 years old, and JK's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
And I think that this could be, I'm not sitting here, banging the table and saying this is something you have to do, but if I'm the Broncos, I seriously consider it beyond this week.
So hold on.
Especially if he's putting it out there that he wants to be on the move.
He definitely wants to be on the move. He's with the Jets. Like running backs go to die with the Jets. That has always been the case. When you get that call from the Jets, you know this is it for you. Usually.
Kind of like the Browns at quarterback?
Pretty much. That's what it has been. Now we'll see if that turns. We'll see if that turns around with Shador. Shador. Are you willing to trade an asset for Breece Hall and then turn around and pay him? Because that's what he wants. He wants the money. He has made that clear a couple times throughout the interviews before the season started that he wanted to get paid. And he was a little upset with it, but he was going to play no matter what because he felt like he needs to prove more, but he wants to be paid. Are you willing to give him that money? Because that's what you're saying. You're not going to just pick him up for a rental when you already have one with J.K. Dobbins.
For sure. It
would be like well too in the run game.
Yep.
Do you want to mess that up? So there's two things right there, Zach.
You're doing well in the run game right now because J.K. Dobbins is doing well in the run game right now.
Yeah.
And the next time, and I know you know this, but the next time that J.K. Dobbins stays healthy for a whole season will be the very first time. Now, I'm hopeful and optimistic, and we're going to talk about him in dedicated fashion. He's been one of my favorite Broncos this year. So what is Breece Hall looking for? If you're talking about, hey, this guy is going to want $10 million a year, no, not at all. You've never ran for a 1,000-yard season. So...
But what does he look like with the Denver Broncos?
Right, and that's why I think behind this offensive line, you could probably get Breece Hall for a 4th-round pick. He was a 2nd-round pick, no 1,000-yard season, final year of his deal. His team's 0-5. So if he wants to maybe be on like a Najee Harris type contract, like the 20th paid running back,
he's young
in the NFL.
No, he is not going for a Najee Harris contract.
Well, hold on a second. Najee Harris has 4,000-yard seasons back to back.
How long has Najee been doing it? Longer than Breece.
Me and Breece Hall have the same amount of 1,000-yard seasons. I think Najee Harris has been in the league one more year than him.
No, for sure. But who do you think is a better running back? Do you think Najee Harris is a better running back than Breece Hall? If Breece Hall was a running back that was getting 30 carries a game, 25 carries a game, and stayed healthy for a year, he goes for 1,000 yards. He's a 1,000-yard running back. He's just on a bad football team, and he's splitting carries with a young buck from Wisconsin, Breland Allen.
Okay. So he's a 1,000-yard running back who's never gone for 1,000 yards.
I mean, you could say that for J.K. Dobbins. If J.K. stays healthy, he's a 1,000-yard running back.
But we've never seen it.
No.
So you've never heard me say J.K. Dobbins a 1,000-yard running back?
Well, the thing is this. We know J.K. can't be a 1,000-yard running back.
I don't know that.
Why not?
Because he's never stayed healthy, Phil.
If J.K. stays healthy, is he a 1,000-yard running back?
Yes.
Okay.
But we've never seen him stay healthy.
Breece has been injured too.
His rookie year, he was.
And that's probably one of the reasons why he wasn't able to get to the 1,000 yards. You want to bring him in here.
Maybe so.
You can't put him on a rental deal. You're going to have to pay him some top dollar.
Top dollar?
You're going to have to pay him.
Phil,
I'm telling you.
Breece Hall is not getting top dollar. Saquon Barkley gets top dollar. Bijan
James
Robinson
Cook got top dollar after 1 year.
James Cook
of having success, had the touchdowns, had a 1,000-yard year.
James Cook is the 7th highest paid running back in professional football, and he just happened to break Thurman Thomas's single-season franchise record for single-season touchdowns. We've never seen Breece Hall do anything like that.
Yeah, but when you have Josh Allen, that helps out.
I understand. I understand. But we're talking about a guy in Breece Hall who has he had a major injury? Yes.
Yeah.
Has he ever run for 1,000 yards? No. Is he in the final year of his contract? Yes. Is his team 0-5? Yes. Is the Broncos a running back on a 1-year contract? Yes.
Well, it's
Does he have the
insane.
most real? Hold on. Does he have the most real injury history of any running back? Yes. I think this makes a lot of sense. Actually,
it's insane for you to already want to find a replacement for J.K. Dobbins.
I'm not looking for a replacement.
That's what exactly it would be.
Who's better right now, R.J. Harvey or Breece Hall?
Yeah, but R.J. Harvey's a backup who's a rookie. Breece Hall wants to be. He's a starter. He comes over here. Is he starting?
It's a 1-2 punch.
You can't do that to J.K. Dobbins. I'm telling you right now. You put J.K. in a situation where you bring Breece Hall in, that's going to mess up some chemistry. It's going to mess up some chemistry big time.
Do you believe that the Broncos are in a Super Bowl window?
I do.
Do you agree that J.K. Dobbins' injury history is super real?
Yes,
of course.
Of course.
What if he went down What if he went down and you're a 12-win football team and he goes down in December and your starting running back going in the playoffs is a rookie RJ Harvey? That'd make me very uncomfortable.
It's going to make you very uncomfortable, but you bringing in Breece Hall, you're looking at it like, oh, another talent. But what you're not looking at is the human aspect of it. How does it look?
Oh.
You have two guys.
Oh, hold on a second. And guess what? Hold on a second. We will continue this conversation coming up next.
As the Broncos hype train picked up speed after the win in Philadelphia.
You got Sean Payton. You got freaking Bo Nix, guys. Get on board or get left behind. Those are the only two options. Get on board or get left behind.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about how you're feeling. All right? Truly, how are you feeling on this beautiful fall day in Colorado? How's your energy? Are you feeling tip-top, ready to dominate the day when you wake up, or do you feel sluggish? Maybe you have low energy because your sleep patterns are off. You don't feel as productive at the gym like you used to, and that's when you drag yourself there, all right, which doesn't happen enough. And maybe you're putting on weight. Hopefully you're not feeling sad or depressed. Believe it or not, guys, these could all be tied back to symptoms of low testosterone. All right, which is normal. It does happen to us men as we age. You didn't do anything wrong. But go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com and do something right. Take the low T quiz on their website. Simple 10-question quiz. Yes or no answers. Takes you 2 minutes. But from there, you can schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They'll draw your blood. They'll have the results within 30 minutes. A Colorado licensed medical provider will review your results with you, discuss your options, and you'll make a decision together with their medical team. Cost of the appointment is only $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Fellas, you got one life to live. Don't wonder if you're suffering from low testosterone. Go take the low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
This is Todd Whalen, founder of Advanced Tax Solutions. I'm here with Wes. Tell me what happened between you and the IRS.
I ended up owing $55,000 on unpaid taxes. I hadn't filed for several years and ended up settling for $25.
Hold on. So you went from owing $55,000 to $25? Now that's a great story. How did that happen?
Well, it's rather amazing, I guess. It got to the appeals officer. The appeals officer signed off on it, and obviously we accepted it.
Wes, what made you come to Advanced Tax Solutions?
You hear of many different firms or whatever on the radio, some local, some not, and I felt confident from the radio spots I heard about Advanced Tax Solutions.
So how do you feel about Advanced Tax Solutions now?
Very, very lucky and very grateful.
And would you recommend us to your friends and family who are in the same situation?
Yes, I absolutely would.
Thanks, Wes. You know, if you're listening, be our next great story, 303-753-6040 or advancedtaxsolutions.com.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th. New Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code from our friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much, they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season. So I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos!
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can
can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
This is Hall of Famer Terrell Davis here to tell you about my friends at Colorado Credit Union. Great plays start with a solid game plan, and the same goes for home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home, refinancing, or tapping into your home's equity, Colorado Credit Union has the mortgage and home equity options to fit your needs. Ready to make your next big move? Visit ccu.org to learn how Colorado Credit Union can help. Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank. Membership eligibility required. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Replace stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text STUDENT to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text STUDENT to 323232 right now. Text STUDENT to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's STUDENT to 323232. Text STUDENT to 323232 now.
Why wait for the weekend? Twin Peaks is serving up scratch-made food and pouring cold drinks every night after dark. Come experience the best late night in the league any day of the week, only at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auctions.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, just to continue this conversation, we were not supposed to.
You don't like JK.
That's not true at all. And he's actually like turned into one of my 3 favorite Broncos.
You want to trade it? You want to trade for his replacement? In week 6.
I mean, potentially. I mean, that could happen. That could happen. Wow. You know what? Like, so no joke. I like thought of that during the segment. I didn't like. It wasn't like, hey, this is something that they have to do. I'm like, wait a second, because I typed in Breece Hall to get his stats, and all that popped up in news articles was Breece Hall trade rumors. And I'm like, oh, he might be in the last year of his deal.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait a second. He said something after the game. What was that quote? And he's now hinting at wanting to be traded. And he's really good at his job. He got injured his rookie year, but he's been healthy for the last 2 seasons and into this one. And I think it actually makes a lot of sense. I do. I think it makes a lot of sense in a way that I didn't see coming when I woke up this morning. Because of the stuff that I framed. And real quick, I'll just hit it because our audience is always coming and going. J.K. Dobbins has never stayed healthy for a whole season. He only signed a 1-year deal as it is.
Yep.
We would be pretty nervous if he got hurt and R.J. Harvey was the starting running back.
We got a guy sitting right there ready for that.
Oh, God. They're putting the bat signal in the sky. Jaleel, let's go. Dun, 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 dun. So we have a rookie running back that we probably wouldn't trust if he was a starter going into the playoffs.
Sure. Not right now.
J.K. signed a 1-year deal as it is. He's got this most serious injury history at the position in recent memory. We have a guy in Breece Hall who's really good, but has never gone for 1,000 yards. He is in the final year of his contract. He's on an 0-5 team, soon to be 0-6, hopefully. He's hinting at being traded. I think, I just thought of something else.
Uh-oh. The brain is really turning today. What's going on?
Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm getting this right.
All right.
Is the Jets general manager Darren Muji?
Ooh, this is a good pull. This is a cool. This right here, okay.
We have a human connection, and that's how these deals often get done with Darren Muji and George Payton.
Yeah, somebody might be out there wondering what you're talking about.
He was here. I mean, Darren Muji was here. He was
a part of the office, the front office.
He was.
Yeah.
And he just got promoted like last year. So we have a human connection to get this done. And what you were saying as we were going into a commercial break, you were like, you're not acknowledging the human element. And I know where you're going because, yeah, J.K. Dobbins would not be thrilled that another running back was entering the fold. But you cannot, and I said this a lot during the Melvin Gordon era, you cannot make football decisions for your franchise based on someone's personality or temperament.
I agree with you. I agree with
especially
you on that
when
one.
that guy's on a 1-year contract.
But what ends up happening, just like what happened with me and Melly Mel, was there's not enough to go around when you have two number ones sitting there that want the ball more than 10, 12 times. You have a situation with Sean where this is the first time we're really watching Sean stick to the run. And it only happened one time.
Sure.
But then you bring in two dominant running backs that are going to want at least 12 to 15 carries apiece or more.
I got it.
You know, but like
you think you think David Montgomery wants a few more carries?
But David Montgomery is in a great situation where they're utilizing him all around the field. Sean has yet to do that with JK. He's barely doing it with RJ. RJ's the only passes RJ is getting out of the backfield is some swing routes. We have yet to see RJ open up, go down the field with some choice routes or a wheel route other than the touchdown, but being more creative like an Alvin Kamara role where Alvin's motioning out as a receiver. So, like, what are they going to do? Are they going to do that with JK? That's not JK's style. JK's style is getting downhill. Breece Hall's style is getting downhill. I understand where you're coming from, and you want the more the merrier. But it also has to be a perfect fit, and right now, JK is rolling.
Now.
But do you want to mess that up?
I mean, we're 5 games into the season. I don't know if you want to be giving J.K. Dobbins the ball 20 times a game like they did in Philly. I don't think that was the plan coming in. I actually think they're leaning more into J.K. because RJ's not quite ready for this. And so you could get back to his normal workload.
Which is?
Dobbins?
Yeah.
Probably like 12 to 16 carries, 12 to 15.
Okay, how many are you going to give Breece?
He's getting RJ's carries that
RJ's
getting right now.
So Breece Hall against the Cowboys.
They need to run it more.
14 attempts for 113 yards. All right, against the Dolphins, 14 attempts for 81. He had 9 against the Buccaneers, 10 against the Bills. And then he went to the Steelers, had 19 for 107.
Who is that?
This is Breece Hall.
You're doing Breece Hall. Okay.
Breece Hall. So, like, he wants his carries, too.
How many carries as a team, as a former running back, how many carries as a team do you think the Broncos should be having here moving forward with the understanding that this is the identity of the offense, right?
Like, if it's up to me,
yes,
you're giving 15 apiece at least. 30 carries.
Works for me.
No, I'm okay with that. But guess what? What do you always tell me? Like, we can agree with this. We can agree on everything we're coming up with. But who's the head coach?
Sean Payton.
Okay. And who's the offensive coordinator?
Sean Payton.
And who's the guy that has to write on his play calling sheet, run the ball?
Sean Payton.
But you want them to run Breece Hall 15 to 16 times and JK 15 to 16 times. When you're going against the Bengals, you have everything going your way, and yet you still throw it 40 times or 40-plus times.
No, it's a real flaw. I mean, we agree on this.
So what I'm saying is you're bringing in another dominant running back, but yet you won't utilize him.
What I'm saying is I don't want the Broncos to be in a position that J.K. Dobbins has put every team he's ever been on in, and the Broncos are a playoff team, and your starting running back is R.J. Harvey.
Are you willing to give up a third-round draft pick for Breece Hall?
You can get him for a 4th.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
You want to know who's going to go and get him?
The Chargers.
Okay. The Chargers. The Chargers. They need one.
Good conversation. That's a good one.
It is a great one.
That's a good one. We kind of stumbled on that.
You don't like JK. I got you.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Like JK.
That's a lie. It's not true. That's not true. I think you could fortify the room. Solidify the room. Dion, solidify. Speaking of, there is something meaningful on the line this weekend for Deion Sanders and CU. We'll talk about that. Also, we had a little disagreement about Bo Nix yesterday and the current label that you want to put on him. And I asked the people, over 1,600 people voted, and the results are actually kind of shocking. We'll talk about all that next as we are on the doorstep of 35 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
With Ben Powers expected to miss significant time, how should the Broncos fill the hole in their offensive line?
We paid him a lot of money, and we hope to develop somebody else that can fit in there. Palcho has been a guy that they've talked a lot about, but he's the swing tackle and the backup tight end, and maybe that's too valuable. I'd like to see him get a chance in there because I think he's a really good player. I think he could be a really, really good player for the Broncos.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan today at 720-405-3300. That's 720-405-3300.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Brandon Stokel here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Do you need a new furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump? ROX Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Fall means football, and at Postman Law, we know winning matters. Our attorneys have won more than $3 billion for our clients, delivering the results they need when life gets tough. Car crash, workplace injury, serious accident. We know the insurance company's playbook, and we're here to help rewrite it for you with speed, ease, and results. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach Vai here. The year's biggest watch event is here. The annual watch fair at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company, is happening Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center. Discover the latest creations from the world's finest watchmakers. Explore the year's most talked about timepieces up close with hands-on access. brand representatives, and expert insights. Be among the first to explore cutting-edge designs, rare limited editions, and one-of-a-kind vintage timepieces. Plus, enjoy special 12-month financing. Subject to credit approval, see store for details. Do not miss the ultimate watch experience at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company. Make your appointment today at the1916company.com for the annual watch fair happening Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center.
Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Against the Broncos, see what he does. If he tears him up, I mean, hey, more the merrier.
Well, Sean Payton said before the Dobbins trade that, he's like, I coached against him. I know what it feels like to go against him. So, that could be a dynamic at play. But then you mix in, and I stumbled upon it, you mix in the Jets GM and George Payton having a great relationship. Yeah. Man, you can't underestimate what that could mean for the dynamic of that conversation.
It's all about finding the guys. It's having connections. That's why you don't burn bridges in the league, whether you're a player, because at some point you're going to need somebody to help you out, whether it's to get to another team or to help you after football. So you don't burn bridges. You build these connections with everybody, and it helps out. And then, like you said, you want someone like Breece Hall, you trade for him. You guys have a great connection. You get something done. Maybe you sweeten the pot with a trade, like a third-round draft because you know the guy.
Yep.
And you move on from there.
You know what? I have to say this. Talking about burning bridges, it's the same thing in our business. And I have watched repeatedly people pop off on social media, whether it's about a station, a host, just the ownership of the company, and they just get in their own way. And it's like, 3 years later, you need them. You need them.
Yeah.
All right. Shifting gears here. Man, I think there's something meaningful on the line this weekend for Deion Sanders and CU, Phil. This is a big football game. 1:30 in the afternoon, national TV, Iowa State. Now, Iowa State comes in with a number next to their name. They're the 22nd ranked team in the country. Man, I've put eyes on them. CU can beat them. Now, they're good. They're a good football team. They're 5-1 for a reason. But I've watched some of those games, and they beat Kansas State to start the season. Remember that? That was one of the first games of the year.
Where was it at? It was
in Dublin. Dublin, when Avery Johnson's brother and father were fighting each other. They beat up on South Dakota. That's an FCS team. They won by 3 against Iowa. That's a good win. That was a good win. I watched that game. They beat up on Arkansas State. They beat up on Arizona. And they just lost to Cincinnati 38-30. I'm telling you, if you watched that game like I did, it wasn't that close. And I had told you before that game started, Iowa State's getting beat by those Bearcats.
Oh, you did. Take your little victory lap.
There it is. Saturday afternoon on ESPN. The spread on this game is about 3. This is not some sort of, Herculean task. And the reason why I think it carries real importance this weekend, Phil, if the Buffs lose on Saturday, they'll need to go 4-1 the rest of the way for a bowl game, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's hard to do. That's hard to do to win 4 straight or 4-1. At least you go 4-1 because of the schedule coming up. Now there are a couple games that I believe Colorado should win. West Virginia, Arizona. Although Arizona is really good, that's one that Colorado can find a way to win, and then Kansas State is another one. But you have Iowa State sitting right in front of you, the Cyclones, sitting right in front of you, that are not as good as people think, or their record at the beginning, or their record looks honestly right now. It's a team that's disciplined. They're going to play tough. But athletic-wise, they don't have a lot of athletic ability. And this is where, again, Colorado has all the athletes. They have these high flyers. They have the running backs that can get the hard yards. Their offensive line, Colorado's offensive line actually is doing a great job this year. They have to establish some type of run, get into some rhythm, and it's going to come down ultimately to the quarterback play. Can Payton Salter take care of the football? Can he utilize his legs more than he did against TCU? He ran 7 times. His strength is not passing. His strength is running. Run more. Run 10 to 14 times. When you get in the red zone, be smart with the football. But this is a very beatable team, and you're at home if you're Colorado. You're running behind Ralphie, a.k.a. Brandy. That's her name.
Brandy.
Like a glass of brandy.
I love it.
So go out there and do it. This is it. Your back is truly against the wall. You should have beat BYU. You should have beat TCU. They were right there for it, for the taking.
Yep.
And Iowa State is going to be the exact same way. This is why we talked about earlier before the season started that the Big 12 is just wide open. Other than a couple teams that are just really, really good, and Texas Tech being one of them right now. Utah, solid.
Solid, yeah.
Arizona State, solid. But other than that, everybody is kind of similar. But for Colorado, they have more athletes. Take care of the football, make a couple big-time plays, you'll win this game.
I think they can win the game. And I know we'll do predictions tomorrow, but I'm going back and forth between like pick and CU to knock off a top 25 opponent. If they're going to do it, this is the week to do it. It is. Dion hates night games. No problem. Not at night. You don't have to go to Ames. You're in Boulder. They can get got. Iowa State can get got. And there's a reason that the spread between what is CU, 2-4?
2-4 right now.
There's a reason that the spread is a field goal with a top 25 team against a team that has twice as many losses as they do wins. Because they know what I know. They know what I know. CU can win that football game. Am I going to pick them? I'm unsure. I'm unsure. It'll be tomorrow, about 25 hours from now.
Think long and hard on that one.
Both teams, Mr. Phillip Lindsay, are in the bottom half of the Big 12 in the run game. Both teams are in the bottom half of the Big 12 in the pass game. I'm telling you, you put eyes on Iowa State, and it's like, I'm not saying they're not good because you don't like stumble into being 5-1. I'm just saying they're mortal. They're mortal.
If Payton Salter takes care of the ball, who do you believe is the better team? Because you have Dion for the last 2 weeks. Hey, we're the better team. We're the better team. But yet you don't win.
Yeah, which I told you, I don't think that's a good look, him saying that repeatedly. If Payton Salter takes care of the ball, you know what? It depends about what version of Rocco Beck you get. Because when that dude is humming, like he's one of the better quarterbacks in the Big 12. But, I mean, 9 touchdown passes out of, I think, 6 games. That's unimpressive. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not willing.
Do your deep dive for tomorrow.
You're saying if Payton Salter takes care of the ball, but he's coming off a game where he threw it to the other team 3 times.
But that's why I'm saying hey, if he takes care of the ball, which is a big if. Does Colorado win that game? Because if he takes care of the ball against TCU, they win the game. Against BYU, they win the game.
I'll say it like this: if CU has 0 turnovers, I think CU is going to win the game.
All right.
I believe that.
There we go.
I believe that. All right. We're fixing to find out. We will preview that game in dedicated fashion tomorrow and ultimately make our pick. CSU tomorrow night. Playing Fresno. I think that game is on the road. I'll double check here. Man, things are getting real up in Fort Collins for Jay Norvell.
Jay needs a win. He needs one. He's begging his players right now, guys. I need one. Oof.
Yeah. By the way, that game is in Fort Collins at Canvas. So Fresno is a 6.5-point favorite. Whew. They changed the play caller last week. Did not help at all. Did not help at all. They got absolutely cracked by San Diego State last weekend, 45-24. So, Dante, you got something? Nope, no, you don't. Okay, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Final hour here on a Thursday. In a bit of a abbreviated show for us. We came in here 1 hour late today. Appreciate Richie Carney and Will Peterson helping us out with that, as we were both at elementary school assembly. The same one. Yesterday, we had a conversation about, and we really, much like the Breece Hall thing that we were just having a conversation about, and why I think it could make a lot of sense for the Broncos to actually try to trade for Breece Hall after Jets week. When you add up the factors, man, it's like, holy smokes, I really think it makes sense.
Just greedy. Greedy. You just want more and more. Right? We finally get a running back that, like, it's a breath of fresh air watching the man run. J.K. Dobbins, that is.
He's been great.
You want to trade for a starting running back and put him to the side.
No, I don't. You're misrepresenting that. I'm not surprised, though. But that conversation aside, I'm mentioning that because we kind of stumbled upon that organically. Yesterday, we were in like the second or third segment of the show, and you kept on saying, Bo Nix is a franchise quarterback, and he's a franchise, and I'm like, so like that conversation's over for you. He's there. He's there. He's arrived.
You don't have to ask me anymore.
He's arrived at the destination.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Yeah, I mean, look. When it comes to Bo Nix last year, his rookie year had a phenomenal year. 29 touchdowns, over 3,700 yards passing, 12 interceptions, but yet we were able to win double-digit games. We went 10-7.
Mm-hmm.
Context to it, we understand the Kansas City Chiefs game last year. The scary thing about those stats with Bo Nix is he started off so slow. He had four interceptions in the first 2 games.
Yep.
He didn't throw for his first passing touchdown until week 4 against who we're getting ready to play next, the Jets.
It's true.
And he went to in the touchdown was from the touchdown catch was Cortland Sutton.
It was.
That was when they reunited, or that's when they got used to each other and said, "Hey, did we just become best friends?" Yeah, you guys did, and it's been good ever since. So when you're talking about Bo Nix, He helped Broncos country out. He gave us hope again that we can be a team to go to the playoffs every single year.
I don't disagree.
At some point, we can win another Super Bowl. Yes, the backbone of this team is the defense. I love that. You can't go wrong. You know me. Defense wins championships. But if you want to be able to be consistently going to the playoffs, you have to have a quarterback that you can rely on. You have to have a quarterback that at some games can win the game for you. Last year against the Chiefs, although they did not win it in Arrowhead, Bo Nix drove us down the field, drove the Denver Broncos down the field, and set up for a game-winning field goal. And we all know what happened. Alex Forsythe gets bull rushed. He gets ran over. The field goal's blocked. This year against the undefeated Eagles, Bo Nix didn't play good for 3 quarters. But it's also about moments, because you're not going to have a perfect game as a quarterback, as a running back, as a receiver, nobody out there. But when it mattered the most, Bo Nix turned it on. 18 unanswered points. Found a way to win. Was smart at the end there too. He didn't take a sack. He didn't throw it out of bounds. He got what he can get. He slid down, and then our boy Lutz was able to kick the field goal, which was better because he lined Will Lutz for a straighter field goal kick. So Bo Nix is doing all the right things. A smart quarterback. He has an arm. He can throw any route that you want. He just needs to be a little bit more consistent. But when he is consistent, he's on. And we've seen both of those, of him being inconsistent.
Well, I agree with a lot of what you said. We agree for huge chunks of this conversation. And then we get to like the last 25% and we go our separate ways. And that's fine. You believe he is currently and already has the label of a franchise quarterback. I think he's on his way and will soon be that if what I believe is going to happen comes true. But I'm not just going to put a label on him like that after 23 games. Is it 23? Because it was 17, 18 last year, and then 19, 20, 21, 20. Yeah,
23.
23. after 23 games, I don't know if it's possible for you to throw a tag on that, because we've seen quarterbacks burst onto the scene, have success, and then regress. We could be seeing that with C.J. Stroud right now. Deshaun Watson at one time was referred to as a top 5 quarterback. It looks like he forgot how to play the game. Mitchell Trubisky was a quarterback of a 12-4 Bears team that they thought they had their franchise quarterback.
But you just listed 3 quarterbacks there, Zach. And the one thing that those 3 quarterbacks did not have was Sean Payton, a coach that has done it before, a coach that has been around a Hall of Fame quarterback in Drew Brees, a coach that has won a Super Bowl, a coach that got to handpick his quarterback to run his offense, who's an offensive-minded coach.
Yeah. So, no, but I agree. I mean, Sean Payton's a great coach, but we're still, even with Sean Payton, seeing the inconsistencies. You know, I agree with all the moment stuff that you said, and I do. But and it's interesting, and I almost think it's fascinating, because when we were having that discussion yesterday, I put a poll out on social media, and it was, does Bo Nix already have the label of franchise quarterback, or is there still room to go before he gets that label? And 1,600 people voted in this poll. And I don't know if I've ever had a poll with over 1,000 people voted on, and in this case over 1,600, that literally ended 50-50.
That's insane.
Like, you can't make that up.
Straight down the middle.
You cannot make that up. And so, but I think that's an indicator of something. I do. That if you have half of the fan base say that he doesn't have the label yet and he's still got some room to grow, because I believe that half the people who said no, not yet, believe that he is going to get there, like myself. But if you have literally half of 1,600 people say no, he's got room to grow, I think that unto itself is an indicator of where we're at with Bo. Because if you ask that question, if we're doing this job in Buffalo, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Kansas City,
you can't have that conversation.
No,
you know who the franchise quarterback is.
That's right. And so if someone was silly enough to put a poll out, do you think the reigning MVP Josh Allen is Lamar Jackson and his 2 MVPs a franchise quarterback? Like, it's only a goofball, and there's going to be 1 or 2% and say no, but it's going to be 98%. Yeah. And I think that the fact that it's 50-50 is a tell to kind of where we're at with Bo. So, look, ultimately, we're just 2 guys debating sports. And Bo's going to have to go out there and do it, no matter if you agree that he's a franchise quarterback currently or not.
Well, I'll tell you this. Time is going to tell everything. It takes time for anything that goes on in your life. So we're going to find out the final answer at some point, whether it's this year, next year, the year after that. Who knows? We're going to find out. I just know that what Bo Nix has done for us already, walking into that facility as a rookie and taking us to a playoff game, giving Broncos country a breath of fresh air and life back into saying, hey, we have a chance and we love going to the Broncos games again. Like, that man has done that for us. Like, and he's getting better. Although, yeah, the stats don't look like that. Sometimes it's not about the stats. It's about when you're watching this man go to work, what is he doing? Now he's being more confident and checking plays. Like, this is the first year I've ever got to just watch Bo just check a bunch of plays. That means he's getting more familiar with the playbook. I said this at the beginning of the year, or today actually, and I said the reason why I believe Bo Nix struggled at the beginning of the year, because I think he's going to pick it up. It's a favorable schedule, and he's getting more comfortable, more confident, is Sean put more on his plate. More play calls, more checks. So now for Bo, it's like, okay, I have to learn these checks. I know the play, and I know where I want to go with it. But once I check that play, I need to also know everybody's route when I do check it to another pass or if it's a run. I need to be able to diagnose what's going on this football field with the disguises, get in and out of the huddle fast, make sure I can tell my running back he needs to go to the left side because you know how his running backs are. We're going to ask questions, and then have the offensive line slide protect. You know, it's a lot going on for a quarterback, and he's doing a great job, and now it's starting to catch up to him in the sense of, like, I know what I'm doing now. And he has even more confidence after going in there in that fourth quarter and beating Philly.
Well, I hope so. And I hope it translates, and he can parlay it here through the rest of the season. But you said, forget the stats. Sometimes the stats can say a certain thing.
Yeah.
They can sometimes. So throw them out. I said this to you yesterday. When you watch Bo Nix these last 5 weeks, you see a franchise quarterback popping off the page to you?
I see a quarterback that's close.
I think he's close. I think he's close
I
too.
see a quarterback when it comes to like connecting on some of those passes, because if he connects on some of those passes, I don't think you're questioning. I think you're saying he's a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, but he hasn't connected on.
Yeah, but that's not just on him. That's on the receivers in timing, because we
In
can
some
go
of
back
them-
on,
in some of them-
on the Chargers game, there was 2 of them that hit fingertips. And I said this when it comes to someone like Marvin Mims, who hasn't been paid yet. Like, yeah, it may have been a bad throw, but this is when you make your quarterback look good. And if you make your quarterback look good, you're going to get paid too.
Yeah, and you can talk about any individual play. Sutton dropped the ball. Nate Atkins dropped the ball. But
you have to talk about that.
No, I understand. And I'm saying you can talk about any individual play, but in aggregate, after 5 games, when I'm watching Bo Nix, if I was just watching these 5 games in a vacuum, I wouldn't be like, oh, this guy, he's a franchise quarterback.
If Bo wins,
the passing offense is mostly maddening through 5 games.
But also there's context to that too. You got Troy Franklin, that this is his first year as a starter. Pat Bryant that hasn't got involved. Marvin Mims, who is the baby joker, but yet we haven't got him involved.
I don't want to hear about the lackluster receiver room. You thought it was so great, it was okay to trade your second best receiver a year ago. So
yeah,
I don't want to hear. No.
I didn't think it was great. That was Sean.
These are all Sean's handpicked guys. I don't want
They are.
Bo has had enough of his own shortcomings so far through 5 games to then just put it on the receivers. Not to say that they haven't dropped the ball in their own right.
If you don't have Bo, are you feeling good that we have a chance to go back to the playoffs?
Who's the quarterback instead?
I mean, you can go Jarrett Stidham.
Would the Broncos have the same record if Jarrett Stidham was the quarterback?
Yes.
I think they might.
Maybe, nah.
Well, hold on a second, because you say maybe in the fourth quarter Stidham doesn't show up, but he also might not have the fumbles and 4 interceptions in 5 games.
Yeah, but also for Jarrett Stidham, he's very conservative. Like, he doesn't have to be the starter. That's why he was able to play so freely in these preseason games. I know I'm not a starter.
I don't know.
Go out there and let it rip.
I don't know enough about Jarrett Stidham to speak on it.
Yeah.
But here's another test of saying, is Bo Nix a current franchise quarterback?
Yeah.
How many teams in the league do you think would trade their quarterback for Bo right now?
You got 32 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
The Bills. The Bills obviously would.
Yeah, none of the ones that have franchise.
Would the Dolphins swap out Tua for Bo?
Yes. I think that they're getting tired of Tua, man.
All right. Would the Patriots swap out Drake May for Bo?
I think they would have before Drake May started to turn it on.
Drake May looks pretty good.
He does look really good.
He looks
right
pretty
now.
good. Would Dallas swap out Dak for Bo?
No.
Would the Giants swap out Jackson Dart for Bo?
Yes.
I think so too. Would the Eagles swap out Jalen Hurts?
No.
Would the Commanders swap out their quarterback,
No.
Jane Daniels? Would the Ravens trade Lamar?
No, you'd be crazy too.
Would the Bengals trade Burrow?
Nope.
Would the Browns trade Shador Sanders for Bo? Or excuse me, that's right. Would
Yeah,
they
you know that.
Yeah, I think so too. Would the Steelers right now trade Aaron Rodgers for Bo?
Yes. Yeah.
So Aaron Rodgers is actually playing good football right now.
He is. But then again, for the Steelers, it's about the future. The Steelers have been a winning football team with mediocre quarterback play. I think for them, it's like we're looking at the young quarterback that has played well in 1 year. Like we'll trade that.
Would the Bears trade out Caleb Williams for Bo?
Ooh, right now? No.
No, I don't think
No.
so either. Would the Lions trade Goff for Bo?
No.
Would the Packers trade Jordan Love for Bo?
That's an interesting one.
It's not. They wouldn't. Would the I can help you. Would the,
I don't know. I don't know.
Stop.
I mean, Jordan Love has 3 playoff appearances. Like, is he a franchise quarterback?
Would they paid him $220 million?
I'm not asking that.
He's gone on the road and hung 49
I'm not asking.
in a playoff game.
I'm not asking. I'm asking you. It's a yes or no question.
What is the question?
Is Jordan Love a franchise quarterback?
Yeah, I think so. Like, you start winning playoff games on the road.
This is Jordan Love's second or third year starting. I want to say second.
Do you think he's not a franchise quarterback?
I think that, like, they view him as a franchise
I'm
quarterback.
asking you, bro.
Yeah, he's a franchise quarterback.
All right, there you go. Would the Vikings trade
Yes.
who's their quarterback?
This is J.J. McCarthy,
J.J. McCarthy.
the guy that you loved.
He's banged up.
Again.
Wait, hold on a second. Who picked first in the draft? Vikings or Broncos?
When with JJ?
Yeah.
The Broncos.
No.
No, the Vikings.
Vikings had a chance for Bo.
Yeah.
They picked JJ.
Yeah, but now look what they missed out on. JJ was hurt his first year, didn't even play in one single game. He's hurt still.
I'm just going through the exercise again, because I know this is going to hit people's ears the wrong way. I'm not tearing down Bo. I believe Bo is on his way to be a franchise quarterback. But we just went through half the league, and only 2 teams would trade their current quarterback for Bo. He's got to make strides. He's got to continue to put it together. He's got to be more consistent.
Zach, there's literally the ones that you talked about are established teams. You didn't say the Saints.
Broncos are a returning playoff team with the most continuity in the NFL.
Okay, why is that though? Why are the Denver Broncos good? Not just because of the defense, because Bo Nix. The Denver Broncos had a lot of these starters when Russ was here, and yet we won 9 games. You have Bo step into the building 1 year,
and they won one more game.
And they went to one more game, and they went to the playoffs.
Yeah, the Broncos are in a playoff position on Christmas, and the Sean's first year with Russell Wilson.
They were able to finish with a rookie quarterback instead. You should be able to finish with Russ. Russ, we talk about he's a fringe Hall of Famer. So you got 9 games left. You should go into that game saying Russ is going to help us out. He didn't.
No, he didn't. But and again, if you keep going through this exercise, there'll be another couple teams. But would the Texans trade Stroud? I don't think so. Would the Colts move on from Daniel Jones right now? I don't think so. Would Jacksonville trade Trevor Lawrence?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
For Bo Nix?
You watch them games.
Phil, they're 4-1. He's playing great football.
All right, watch them. It's Trevor Lawrence.
Hold on a second.
Is Trevor Lawrence?
Hold on a second. You think if George Payton called the Jacksonville Jags and offered Bo Nix for Trevor Lawrence right now, they'd make the deal?
Yeah.
Stop it.
It's Trevor.
Stop it.
What has Trevor Lawrence done?
Stop it.
What has Trevor Lawrence done? Tell me. Yeah, is he a franchise quarterback? They paid that man a lot of money, and my man only went to 1 playoff game at that time and didn't look good in it. Is Trevor Lawrence? He's on the same level as Bo?
He's not my favorite. I don't think so. I don't see. Bo still has more. He's got room to grow. Now I'm not saying Lawrence doesn't. But
Lawrence has had opportunities, man. He is who he is.
I do not believe. Here's what I'll say. I do not believe there's 10 teams in the NFL that would trade their quarterback for Bo Nix. I don't think you can find 10. I don't know if you can find 9. So he, in my opinion, he has got. And you use the money with Trevor Lawrence. Would you feel comfortable right now giving Bo Nix a 4-year, $220 million contract?
Show me the money.
$75 million signing bonus, $160 guaranteed, average annual value $55 million. That's Jordan Love's contract.
So that's Jordan Love,
which is 6th in the league. So I didn't want to put someone in the top 5.
And I love that. I love that you're doing the 6th in the league. Jordan Love, look, he was drafted 2020. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers. And he got his first start 2023, where he got to the playoffs. He beat the brakes off the Cowboys, almost beat the 49ers. That next year you were forced to pay him. So now you're paying him after 1 year of work because he's been sitting behind Aaron Rodgers. You pay him. He gets back to the playoffs last year, plays the Eagles, doesn't do well, but yet he's their franchise quarterback because they paid him a lot of money. Bo Nix did what he did and got him to the playoffs. Now, of course, there's context to it because Jordan Love got him further.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm giving Bo that because you look into the draft. Who's a quarterback that can come in here and help you out?
I don't even want to think. I don't even want to think about it.
And nobody is going to get rid of their franchise quarterback. Nobody's trading with us for a franchise quarterback. And we're not getting somebody else's franchise quarterback.
And I just I think Bo's trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
But I do not believe he's arrived the way that you believe he has arrived. And you said, what has Trevor Lawrence ever done? I mean, I've seen him win a playoff game down 2 scores. Can you be a franchise quarterback if you've
never? They had an elite defense.
Well, so did the Broncos last year when they went 10-7. You told me all year that was the strength of their team.
It still is. It's still that's majority. The Ravens have had a top defense.
They did.
The Bills had a top defense. You know that. Once you get to the playoffs, look at you.
The defense has always let the Bills down. Always.
You got a little PTSD.
I'm just telling you. You know what they're averaging in playoff losses? 30 points a game they give up in their playoff losses. Fun fact for you.
So it's just Josh.
I'm just telling you how it's gone. They let them down.
49ers had a great defense when they got to the Super Bowl.
They did.
Chiefs.
You need a great defense to go to the Super Bowl.
All right.
You need a great defense to go to the Super Bowl. All right. I just want to get this. You'd be good after 23 games giving Bo Nix 4 years, $220 million.
Look, And George wasn't a part of this. Actually, George and them gave Gregory $70 million.
Terrible deal.
They brought in Frank Clark, gave him some money. At least we know what we kind of have with Bo. He's our quarterback. He at least got us to a playoff game.
Yeah, see, the thing is, like, I believe where Bo is going, but, like, you say we know what we have in Bo. I don't know, man. You watch a lot of these games, and it's so wildly inconsistent. And his good is good. His good is really good. But he needs to take that good and stretch it out over the course of 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters. We haven't seen it yet, have we? This year?
We haven't. We haven't seen a full, complete game from Bo Nix. But I'm going to leave you with this. You have Justin Herbert, who has done a phenomenal job in this league, especially in the regular season.
For sure.
But when you get to the postseason, that's all that matters. That's why Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback playing right now, because he can get past people and go to the Super Bowl. For Justin Herbert, he can't get past that big game. But yet he's a franchise quarterback.
So I do agree with that. But Herbert puts his team in a position to be in the playoffs every year. He plays for a dysfunctional organization. But that's a good one. Like, if you want to say, hey, man, this guy's never won a playoff game. How is he? I could definitely hear that argument. But if it's all about the postseason, how is Bo Nix already a franchise quarterback when he and I have the same amount of postseason wins? He just hasn't been around long enough.
You don't have you haven't got to the postseason yet, so you don't got a postseason win.
I don't. I can't speak to it.
You and me are not on his level. We never got to the postseason.
Yeah, we have the same amount of postseason appearances. I think that there is like, I'm hearing the promo that's running at Dover say, hey, the train's already left. Like, you're going to get left behind.
Well, you're already left behind. We know that.
But it's like, hold on a second. Hold on. Like, we're already crowning Bo 25th in the NFL completion percentage when you have the most passes within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. It's got to get better. It's got to get. Did you agree with that?
I will agree with you on that.
Okay.
Like, it has to get better. Bo Nix needs to play better. But you know what? Bo Nix is still doing a good job, and he hasn't played a complete game. What does that look like?
Yeah, right. No, it's like,
that's the scary thing. Like, what does that look like when he's firing, or when the defense is on the same page as Bo? Because if the defense is on the same page as Bo during the Colts game, the defense helps out a little bit more. Now, I know Bo Nix made that mistake and had that interception at a crucial time, but the defense didn't help out either. They were bending, and at some point they broke. And then you give up those dumb penalties, and you lose because of it. But if you can be on the same page this one time, and it's coming, like, this is going to be a hard Denver Broncos team to beat.
Well, I think it's interesting that you and I, going back and forth, are actually a microcosm of where a lot of Broncos country stands right now. I could not believe that poll with over 1,600 votes of, does he already have the label? Is there still room to go? And it's literally 50-50. You cannot make that up. So, all right, I'll go back to my corner. You go back to your corner.
You're missing a couple teeth.
Is J.K. Dobbins currently the best contract in Denver sports? I did some digging, and we'll examine the candidates coming up next.
Do the issues for the Buffs this season begin on the sideline?
I do not think it's a good look for Deion Sanders to continue to say we have more talent than our opponent and we're losing. Because me, just as a football fan, when you say that and you go to that well, I just start thinking of coaching.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, a Wix filter, and a $15 gift card after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
When I was in Iraq, our convoy was hit. It was bad. After I came home, I could still hear booms and see tracer fire. makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
With help from DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm part of DAV. We're veterans helping veterans to get the benefits they've earned. And I give my veterans my all.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Naomi Mathis, thank you for your service. May your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law on 303 Law 4040. Just got a great result for a client. Sam had another attorney who couldn't get her more than $20,000, so we took over the case and just settled it for $85,000. Another client, Travis, is like a lot of people. He likes doing business with a handshake in his word, not looking to sue anyone, but when the insurance company was playing hardball and refusing to even pay his medical bills, he called 303 Law 4040 and said, Dan, I hate to bug you, but they just aren't being fair. We took over the case, told the insurance company we would see them at trial, and they immediately more than quadrupled their offer, which was just fine in Travis's book. The insurance companies don't play fair. They aren't going to do the right thing out of the goodness of their hearts, so you don't ever have to feel guilty when calling 303 Law 4040. If you've been injured, we'll make them pay what's fair. And as always, you always talk directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly. So save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game and the go-to spot for football season with wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience whether you're catching college or pro games this season. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens, the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. The year's biggest watch event is here. The annual watch fair at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company, is happening Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center. Discover the latest creations from the world's finest watchmakers. Explore the year's most talked about timepieces up close with hands-on access, brand representatives, and expert insights. Be among the first to explore cutting-edge designs, rare limited editions, and one-of-a-kind vintage timepieces. Plus, enjoy special 12-month financing, subject to credit approval. See store for details. Do not miss the ultimate watch experience at Hyde Park Jewelers, now the 1916 Company. Make your appointment today at the1916company.com for the annual watch fair happening Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I
do. Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Hey, Stoke here. At Colorado Joint Replacement, your hip or knee replacement surgery is their first priority. They completed over 27,000 joint replacements since 2005, and their expert surgeons are committed to helping you get back to the life you love. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
bottom half of hour number 4. Getting you home here on a Thursday. Can reach out and touch the weekend from here. And I wanted to have a conversation about J.K. Dobbins. And this came up organically like 2 days ago, and I mentioned it. I'm like, J.K. Dobbins might be, because when you consider the production that he is the 5th by production yards, I'm talking about. He's the 5th best running back in the NFL through a handful of games here, through 5 games. 402 yards in 5 games. The only running backs ahead of him are Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, James Cook, and Jonathan Taylor. And I'm like, wait a second. This guy's 10th in attempts. I actually think he's 11th in attempts. He's tied. He's tied for 10th in attempts with Travis Etienne. He's 10th in attempts, tied for 10th, but he's top 5 in production. And you want to know where he ranks in terms of running backs financially?
He has to be almost last.
He is the 39th highest paid running back. 39th highest paid running back. He signed for right around just over $2 million.
Yeah.
And he's a top 5 running back. And I'm like, this might be the best contract in Denver sports. And I certainly think he's up there. By the way, he needs 2 rushing touchdowns on Sunday against the Jets to tie for the 4th most touchdowns by a Bronco through 6 games of a season. Pretty impressive. Some names that came to mind here, best contract in Denver sports. I know this guy makes a healthy amount of money, not close to what he's going to make this time next year, but Cale Makar making $9 million as a top 3 player in the NHL. He's not a top 50 paid player in the NHL.
That's crazy.
He's not a top 10 paid defenseman. Now, Bo Nix is making $4.6 million on a rookie contract. 4.6 for a franchise quarterback.
I knew you were going to bring that up. Not a bad deal, right? George Payton really is smart.
I have a prediction that Tim Hardaway's $3.6 million, Tim Hardaway Jr., this coming season, I think we might have a conversation at a certain point in the year, because I think he's going to be a great fit.
Yeah, you keep saying about that. I can't wait to dive deep into this, because you keep bringing him up.
Yeah, I think he's just going to be a great fit on the back end of the playing group. So Dobbins is in there. Here's actually who I think it was this past year. And Richie and so I forgot that we were going to go to our kids' assembly today. So I did the rundown like we were doing a 4-hour show. And then I'm like, oh crap, I'm going to my kids' assembly. And so Richie and Will did this segment.
Yeah.
So they used our rundown and did the segment, which is fine. We appreciate them helping us out. They brought up Christian Brown.
That was a good one.
It was a good one. Championship contributor. But here's who I think it is, and this is a little bit underneath the radar. I don't think it's J.K. Dobbins. And I don't.
You want to trade? You want somebody else to come in and replace him?
I want to supplement the room. Yes. Dude, he better not get hurt. I'm just telling you, after what kind of stand you have made today, because I'm telling you, that's not
okay. Before we go on, what did the Jets say? Yeah, okay, we'll give you Breece Hall, but we want J.K. Are you doing that?
No, I won't do that.
Okay, so let's let you know you want J.K. here.
Why have one when you can have 2?
See, that's the Jets aren't going to do that and be like,
why not?
Just give y'all a favor.
It's Darren Mucci.
Like we go way back.
Yeah, it can't hurt. I actually think the best contract in Denver sports, and the team was completely irrelevant, but Hunter Goodman for the Rockies.
You really do. Please explain yourself on this, because I'm like, whether that's good or not, it obviously doesn't matter. You can take him off the team, you're losing the same amount of games. You put him on the team, you look.
Well,
come on.
I'm going to explain myself. I wouldn't just say this without backing it up.
I know.
Hunter Goodman this past year made $765,000. He led a major league team in hits with 150 hits. 28 doubles. That was also first on the team. 31 home runs. That was also first on the team. So in 2025, someone in Major League Baseball led their team with 150 hits, 28 doubles, and 31 home runs, and did it for $765 grand. That's insane.
In baseball, too.
Right?
They make bank.
They certainly can and do. But the fact that someone was the best player on a team for less than $1 million in 2025, that's psychotic. That is psychotic. Now, obviously irrelevant because of the Rockies.
Yeah.
But I think JK, you could fairly argue that he is the best contract in Denver sports right now.
You wouldn't argue Kale?
He's certainly in there, but just $9 million. It's still
it's a lot. But knowing who he is and how much he's getting ready to make.
Yeah, I mean, this time next year, that 9 could literally double to 18. If Kaprizov, hey Drew, I know no one's paying attention back there. Can we have Drew chime in here?
Drew,
literally feet up, choking on sunflower seeds,
he's just chilling,
yucking it up there. After the Kaprizov deal, which was $17 million a year, could Cale Makar make $18 million a year?
I think easily. I think it might even get up to 19 or 20. Because I mean, Kirill Kaprizov is a top 10 player in the NHL, maybe top 7. Cale Makar is a two-way defensive player. Like he's a rare breed. He's a generational type talent.
Truly.
Like he's an all-time great already. And he's 26 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would make easily 17, 18, 19 million, 20 million a year.
Look at the NHL. Kind of catching up financially. I not to the degree of baseball or football, but they're, obviously NBA is the king of all of it. But Cale still, and there's a scenario this year where Cale Makar goes and has a 100-point season heading into a contract year.
Because what is he, back-to-back 90-point seasons?
Back-to-back 90.
Yeah.
What was he last year, 92?
92, I believe.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Dude, if he hits 100 points as a defenseman and he's going into a contract year, I mean, you're hearing the phrase blank check being thrown around. This is...
Yeah, he's gonna he's gonna get what he wants, as he should. The man literally has a resume and he hasn't even been paid yet. Has already won a championship.
And Conn Smythe. And two Norrises. I mean, his
yeah, there's literally they can't say anything but here, write your number down.
Yeah, crazy man. Home opener tonight.
That is crazy. Yes.
Home opener tonight. What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to just the Stars going out there, putting it on Utah. I think this is the moment where you have somebody like Nate Dogg and Cale, where the excitement's there. You're in front of your home crowd. The fan base is going to be going crazy. As faithful, you know how they rock. And they're going to pour it on. They're going to pepper the goalie, and they're going to have some of their superstars getting on the score sheet in a great way, which is scoring the goals now, not just assist. What you thinking? What you looking forward to?
Power play growth.
I love that one. That's a good one.
I think they were 1 for 6 the other night. 6 total shots in 6 power plays. That's and they fired the coach.
Yep.
Because they went 3 for 22 in the playoffs last year on the power play. And who is it? Dave Hackstall, former head coach, is now leading the power play unit. And it was pretty uninspiring in game number 1. But it's one game, and sometimes it can take time for things to even out and steady.
What about Gabe? Gabe, he had a little over 11 minutes he played on the ice.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a big part of the power play, second power playing unit, but also the second power play unit didn't get a lot of time on that ice. So that was interesting. But what about him? What are you looking forward to seeing him? More time? Is he on the low management thing, even if they're in a close game where Gabe's just not out there? Because I want to see more of him, but I don't want to. I also understand that you got to keep him fresh and keep him in it for the long haul.
I am A-okay with them managing him. I know they said he's full go-go, but there's a phrase, begin with the end in mind. This is the beginning of the season. Make sure that dude is fresh in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He looks so good. He looked better in those playoff games last year than he did in game number 1 of the regular season.
Yes.
And so with Gabe, I would just say I'm watching his minutes and his time on ice, but also and we talk about this frequently, I think. Can I feel you? can I feel you when you're out there playing? And, you know, a lot of the times last year when Netchis was falling short in the playoffs and his critics and, he hasn't scored. But, like, when you watch the games, I was still feeling him. Like, I'm still feeling him making plays and creating opportunities. With Landy, can I feel you the way that I felt you in the playoffs? And I think it's just going to be a matter of time before that's the case, and we're all excited about Gabe again.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a person you're going to feel tonight. It's the young buck, Gavin Brindley. He had chances throughout the game against the Kings, and he wasn't able to get into the back of the net. But he's getting close. And when he calms down, I said that earlier on a little tweet on X. I said once he settles down, gets his footing, understands that like there's a system to this, and to learn from those old bucks over there, that he's gonna find himself scoring a couple goals, and I believe he's gonna have one tonight where it's just like he's fast, man. And
he's
getting
fast.
those opportunities. He's gonna continue to, because he's just a hard-working player. He's small.
He is
small but mighty.
He's 5'9".
Ooh, he looks like me.
He does
Maybe
look
that's
like
why
you.
I love him so much. The underdog.
Little munchkin.
I believe. I believe he gets the goal tonight, man. He had a couple.
A goal.
Oh yeah. I mean, Zach, if like last game against the Kings, he was there.
I know.
And I know it's Darcy Kemper, and he's a really good goalie. I think it's going to be different this time.
Yeah. Well, he was an elite prospect. He was a 34th overall pick in the draft. He was a star at Michigan, drafted by Columbus, but his year in the minors, he didn't really do anything. He just was sort of like he never really produced. But that's certainly a name to watch. Drew, you got a thought on him?
Yeah, I just think he's one of those guys that's just undersized, but he can skate like the wind.
Yep.
And he's tenacious. He's a dog. That's kind of the way I like to look at him. He's a dog. He's not like overly talented offensively. He's more of a defensive-minded guy, but he's just a dog. He's a guy that you want on the ice in kind of, good situations to just go out and retrieve the puck, work the corners, and get the puck out of the corners and make things happen for his line.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. I can't wait to watch that game tonight. The Jets on the Broncos side are a league worst 0-5, but, man, I think there's more to Gang Green than meets the eye, and I want to talk about that next.
Will playing in London actually be a good thing for the Broncos this weekend?
I think going to London might be a positive here. Might be a good thing for them. Getting away from here, just kind of going away by yourselves for the whole week and kind of being secluded out there. I think that's going to be a good thing for the Broncos not to have that trap game, that letdown game.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text STUDENT to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text STUDENT to 323232 right now. Text STUDENT to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's STUDENT to 323232. Text STUDENT to 323232 now.
What is up, guys? Phillip Lindsay here, and I have a new obsession I need to tell you guys about, and it's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. That's right, one of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, guys, these are definitely game changers that you're not going to want to miss out on. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877 Cars for Kids.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Where will you find her perfect engagement ring?
There's only one fine jeweler in Denver with all the world's top bridal designers. I'm Dylan Williams.
And I'm Shayna Williams from Williams Jewelers. Only here in our bridal design gallery will you find Gabriel & Company, A. Jaffe, Hearts on Fire, and the legendary Tacori.
Thousands of diamond engagement rings from every style and every price range.
If it's on her Pinterest page, it's here.
Add to that our famous Williams Jewelers Diamond Bar with almost every size, shape, and price range diamond.
And our expert diamond professionals will help you put it all together perfectly.
At the guaranteed best price in Colorado. We even have flexible payment terms for qualified buyers, so you can do this today.
That's why more couples say, will you, with Williams.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche. Williams Jewelers, where Colorado shines.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota.
Here we go.
Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Final segment here on a Thursday. Got a little visit in the commercial breaks from John Davis, my guy. Love John Davis, man. And a valuable member of our team here at The Fan, no doubt. And he's hosting Denver Sports tonight. John, just come in here. Once upon a time, and I know I've told the story before, but we did a fan contest where we said, do you want to be a host on The Fan? And we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people show up to these events. I mean, it was out the door. And I remember it was me and Mike Evans and maybe one other guy that would show up, and we did samples, and they'd give you how long did you have, John? Do you remember? Was it like
3 minutes?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. You came with it. You gave it to them ahead of time, and then these guys would be like, "Do you want me to disagree with you? Like, how do you want it to go?" And I'd be like, "Disagree with me."
Yep.
But yeah, so 3 minutes planned segment.
Wow.
You, Mike, and Cecil.
So it was me, Mike, and Cecil. I
It was
knew
you,
there
Mike,
was
and
one
Cecil.
other person.
Yeah,
so
you,
it's
Mike,
like,
and
I mean,
Cecil.
you think about the pressure.
Yeah.
The line is out the door, and they literally timed you, and you see the time. So
did this go over the air?
No.
Okay.
No, but the program director took it so seriously at the time, Armin Williams, he had a pair of headphones on and was listening and was taking notes on every single person. I
and
mean,
you do it like a bar, so there was an audience, just not over the air.
Yeah.
No, there was an audience. Literally hundreds of people would show up to each of these. And I think we had 5 or 6 of these. And it was nuts. We'd say which bar it was going to be, and the place was filled with contestants. And they'd come in with their notes, and it was just crazy. But the time crunch of it, like, dude, you have 3 minutes to perform, right?
It's hard to do.
And so
that's hard to do. I'll tell you that right now.
It is. It sounds like me on a Saturday night. John was our winner, and with the Jets, I want to jump into some football stuff and pay off the tees. The Jets, their record says they're not very good. They're 0-5. Okay. But this is one of the best rushing attacks in the league. This is the 3rd best rushing offense in professional football. They have 722 rushing yards as a team. That's the most through 5 games since 2010. That was 15 years ago. They have the number 1 mark in the league with carries of 10 yards or more. 21 different carries of 10 yards or more. That's 3 more than the next closest team. John, this is I don't want to be cavalier and say, hey, this is going to be a blowout because their record, they probably should have beat the Steelers. They probably should have beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, no, they're a team that they've just, I think last week's game was a culmination for them of frustration from the previous games because they know they should have had wins. Then there was a fumble last week, and they seemed to kind of just deflate after that outright. But when you've got a quarterback that can kind of make plays the way he can, and you can run the ball, and when you get a team like the Broncos that's inconsistent enough, 1 or 2 fluky things happen in the first half, and it's a close game, and they get into that second half, and the Jets are going, hey, we're in this thing. They start to loosen up. They start to play with house money. Meanwhile, the Broncos tighten because we're not supposed to lose to this team. We can't lose to them. And then they've got playmakers. They've got guys that can score quick. They've got guys that can really kind of take it to you. So if the Broncos aren't careful, this game can get away. Versus you look at the Titans and the Bengals, this is a much more talented, capable team.
Yep,
I think at all positions for beating the Broncos, so they got to be careful.
So, John, if you're VJ, the mentality going into this game, going up against Justin Fields, who's, by the way, beat you last year. Well, that's what people forget. Beat you last year. He has the ability to run. He's like a running back, but he still can throw, and he's taking care of the football. What would you think for VJ? Like, what going into this game, what are you doing?
I dance with the one that got you there in this case. Last week was a case of change it up given who you were playing with how that Eagles offense. But don't forget, 2 years ago they played Justin Fields, and he took it to him in Chicago, and it was a defensive touchdown that brought the Broncos back. So get after
memory.
him. So get after him.
Yeah. All right. Who you work with tonight?
Just me and Dante hanging out. We'll have Will Peterson at 6:30 from Ball Arena.
Excellent. Avs home opener tonight, hosting Utah, and then turning around and hosting Dallas on Saturday, I believe. So yeah, it's getting fun around here. Dominant game 1 win against the Kings 4-1. We'll see what they do tonight. I will be listening on the way home. It is John Davis and just Dante Gomez. Denver Sports tonight. Coming up next.
Who has been the offensive MVP for the Broncos this season?
I know coming into the season it was, hey, R.J. Harvey could be the starter by week 5, or some people were saying, hey, he'll be the starter week 1. No. There is one bona fide running back on this football team. I'd be scared to think where the Broncos would be if they didn't have J.K. Dobbins.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well,